Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight. Welcome to Entertainment Talk, your live afternoon panel where we get into what everyone is talking about right now. I am your host, Rachel, and as always, I am joined by Bianca, who is ready to tell us exactly how she feels.
Oh, you know I am, Rachel. No sugarcoating on my watch today.
And Dee, who has all the reported details straight to focus on her mental health just days ahead of a major festival performance. Dee, let us start with Tom and Zendaya. People have been hunting for pictures for months, and now we finally have the proof on their fingers. What do we actually know about this London outing?
Rachel, it happened
from the teams and the boots on the ground. Today, we have two big stories on our desk. First, the internet is losing its mind because Tom Holland was finally spotted out in London, sporting a gold wedding band right alongside Zendaya after their ultra-private wedding celebration in the English countryside. Then, we are turning to KATSEYE, as group leader Sophia Laforteza announces a temporary hiatus.
Happened on Wednesday, August 6th. Photographers caught the couple doing a low-key coffee run in London, walking their two dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, the pocket bully. They were completely casual. Zendaya was in a white tee, jeans, sunglasses, and her pixie haircut, holding hands with Tom, who was wearing a blue Ami Paris t-shirt that said "Thank you for being a friend," brown trousers, and a maroon hat. But the main event was on their left hands, matching plain gold wedding bands. Zendaya was wearing hers stacked with her diamond engagement ring, and Tom was showing off a classic, substantial gold band for the very first time in public.
And can we appreciate how refreshingly normal that is? No huge sponsored photo reveal, no dramatic magazine cover drop with 50 outfit changes, just two ridiculously famous people grabbing iced coffees with their dogs, wearing simple gold bands. I love that for them.
Bianca, it really fits who they are as a couple, doesn't it? They have always tried to guard their private life fiercely.
Exactly, Rachel. It is so trend-proof. Everyone in Hollywood wants a 5-carat custom monstrosity that catches the light from 3 blocks away. But Tom went with what jewelers are calling a classic 5mm yellow gold comfort fit band. It is estimated to cost around $2,000. It is solid, simple, and traditional. They do not need to perform their marriage for the cameras because they are actually living it.
Dee, bring us back to how we even got here, because this wedding celebration did not just happen out of nowhere. What went down earlier in the week?
Right, Rachel. So on Monday, August 4th, they held a very private wedding celebration with close family and friends in Surrey, England. They chose the Beaverbrook Hotel, which is a Victorian mansion on a 470-acre estate about 20 minutes outside London and very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames. Reports confirmed that security was extremely tight. Family members who were invited actually slept in cottages, crew breaking down an outdoor dance floor on the grounds.
An outdoor dance floor! Well, Tom is training for that Fred Astaire biopic, D. So you know he was putting those dancing shoes to work.
Across the estate, Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even kept with a wildflower theme by stringing balloons through their buttonholes. Photos taken hours after the party showed a
until 3 in the morning.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, this private Surrey party came after months of quiet confirmation. Zendaya debuted her engagement ring at the Golden Globes back in 2025. Then her stylist, La Roche, dropped a hint on a red carpet earlier in 2026 that set off crazy speculation. Zendaya was seen with a thin gold band in June, and Tom himself officially confirmed in June that they had secretly gotten married earlier in the year. This Surrey celebration was just their chance to gather their families together after finishing a truly exhausting summer. They just wrapped huge promotional runs for Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey together, plus Zendaya had Dune Part 3 and Euphoria Season 3. They literally did not have a free weekend until now.
It has been a whirlwind 10 years for them since they first met on the Spider-Man set back in 2016. For all of you watching at home, are you a fan of the simple gold band look, or do you prefer the big flashy Hollywood bling? Let us know in the comments right now. Bianca, from a career
They keep their circle small, and they treat their relationship like a real life, not a publicity tour. They survived a $2 billion summer at the box office and still came out the other side just walking their
standpoint. How impressive is it that 2 of the biggest stars on the planet managed to pull off a private wedding in England without a single leak beforehand?
It proves that if celebrities actually want privacy, Rachel, they can get it. They do not leak their own dogs in London. You have to respect it.
Absolutely. Now, turning from a massive life milestone to a tough moment of prioritizing personal well-being, KATSEYE leader Sophia Laforteza has officially announced she is taking a temporary hiatus from the group's activities. Dee, give us the facts on what was announced by her team.
On August 7th, joint labels Hybe and Geffen released an official statement on Weverse, explaining that Sophia will be stepping back from upcoming group events to focus on her mental health and wellness. The statement emphasized that this hiatus comes directly at the recommendation of medical professionals so she can make a full recovery, and her team confirmed they will reevaluate her progress in September.
And Sophia spoke to the fans directly on social media, right, Dee?
She did, Rachel. Sophia posted to her Instagram stories, writing that making the decision was not easy, but that her health has to come first. She wrote, "If I don't take care of my mind and body now, I won't be able to keep doing what I love the most for so long." She thanked fans for being patient and understanding. This formed as a 4-piece group with Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche.
Look, I am so glad she is doing this now rather than burning out completely down the line. The pressure on these young performers is absurd. Sophia is only 23 years old, leading a global group that was formed on a reality show, preparing for a festival, dropping an EP. It is a pressure cooker.
Bianca, this is actually not the first time KATSEYE has had a member need to step away for health reasons, right?
Not at all!
Comes at a really intense moment for the group, Rachel. KATSEYE was set to headline the Head in the Clouds festival at the Rose Bowl just hours after the announcement, and their new Wild EP is dropping on August 14th. So for now, KATSEYE will
Manon Bannerman took a hiatus back in February for her health as well. And what I respect about Sophia is how supportive she was back then. In an interview back in June, Sophia specifically said everyone should give Manon all the time and space she needed, and that the door was always open. Now Sophia is having to give that same grace to herself.
And Bianca, we also have to remember what Sophia has shared about her personal struggles in the past. In a live stream back in May, she revealed to fans that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time the group debuted in 2024. She talked about how difficult it is to manage internal restlessness, sleep issues, and staying focused, and mentioned she sees a psychiatrist and a therapist. On top of that, in an interview last November, the group spoke about facing thousands of online death threats and harsh hostility after their debut. Sophia said back then that no human being is built to process that volume of feedback.
That is exactly what people forget. You can love performing on stage, but waking up to thousands of hateful messages while trying to manage a neurological condition like ADHD that will break anyone if you do not step back. Taking a break isn't giving up, it is surviving.
Have any of you at home ever had to take a hard step back from your job or daily routine just to protect your mental energy? Tell us how you handled it. D, looking at KATSEYE's schedule, performing as a four-piece right before a major EP drop is a massive operational shift for the remaining members.
It really is, Rachel. Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skindeel, and Yoon Chae-jung are literally taking the stage at the Head in the Clouds Music and Arts Festival at the Rose Bowl as a four-piece right now, just 1 week before their Wild EP drops on August 14th. Their joint labels released an official statement on August 7th, explaining that this temporary hiatus comes directly at the recommendation of medical professionals so Sophia can focus on her mental health and wellness. The team emphasized she is receiving the utmost support, and they will be checking back in with Sophia in September to determine her next steps.
And let us be completely honest, reblocking stage choreography and reassigning vocal parts 7 days before a major festival performance and a brand new EP release is intense, high-pressure work for those 4 remaining members. But you have to give Sophia immense credit for putting her well-being first. She posted on her personal social media page that making this decision was not easy because of how much she loves performing on stage and sharing those moments. But she realized that if she does not take care of her mind and body right now, she will not be able to keep doing what she loves for the long haul.
That shows so much maturity, Bianca. And this group has already proven how supportive they are when a member needs time to heal. Remember back in February when another member, Manon Bannerman, announced her own hiatus for her health? When Sophia was asked about Manon during an interview back in June, she said something so thoughtful. She said they needed to give her all the time and all the space she needs, and emphasized that the door is always open for Manon to return. Now the rest of KATSEYE is extending that exact same grace and support to their leader.
That internal support system is everything, especially when you look at what 23-year-old Sophia has opened up about in the past. In a live stream back in May, she shared that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time the group debuted in 2024, talking about how hard it is to navigate internal restlessness, sleep issues, and hyperfocus while working with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist. Combine that with what she mentioned in a November interview about facing thousands of online death threats after debuting from that talent academy, saying no human being is built to process that volume of feedback, and you realize taking this break until September is the healthiest decision possible.
Exactly, Dee. Protecting your mind is essential, and taking a step back to recover is strength, not weakness. We are sending Sophia so much love while Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoon hold down the fort at the Rose Bowl.
Absolutely. We wish Sophia a smooth and restful recovery. Now, moving from personal wellness choices to a massive romantic celebration that has the entire internet buzzing, we have to head over to London because those secret wedding rumors just got the ultimate visual proof. D, what are the newest details on those photos of Tom Holland and Zendaya?
Rachel, they were photographed on Thursday, August 6th, enjoying a super sweet, low-key morning coffee run in London, and both of them were wearing matching gold wedding bands. This public outing comes right after reports confirmed that on Tuesday, August 4th, the couple held a private wedding celebration with family and close friends at the Beaverbrook Hotel. That is a 5-star Victorian country estate spread across 470 acres in Surrey, England, located just 20 minutes outside London and very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
And you know the privacy was locked down tight. Security was heavy across the entire property, and invited family members stayed in private cottages across the sprawling ground. But my absolute favorite detail from the whole celebration has to be Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty. They were literally stringing balloons through their buttonholes to stay right on theme with the wildflower aesthetic of the party. That is just incredible family energy.
That is so sweet. And Dee, what was reported about the setup on the estate grounds the morning after the reception?
Hours after the party wrapped up, crews were spotted breaking down what looked like a massive outdoor dance floor on the estate grounds. Which makes total sense because 30-year-old Tom has been training so hard for that Fred Astaire biographical film. He even joked recently about already having blisters on his toes from all the dancing.
Oh, you know he was tearing up that dance floor with his new wife. And honestly, what a magnificent way for Tom and 29-year-old Zendaya to cap off an incredible summer where their box office projects brought in over $2 billion. Tom humbly mentioned recently that he cannot take all the credit and called it a total collaboration. But seeing them walk through London on August 6th looking so happy was everything. They had their 2 dogs with them, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, the pocket bully. Zendaya looked effortlessly stylish in an oversized white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, sleek sunglasses, maroon designer split-toe shoes, and her chic pixie haircut.
And Tom looked completely at ease right beside her. Bianca.
Absolutely! He was wearing a blue t-shirt that read, "Thank you for being a friend," brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a maroon cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand. But everyone was staring at his left hand. Tom had been calling Zendaya his wife for weeks and confirmed back in June that they secretly got married months ago. But August 6th was the very first time we have seen the Spider-Man star wearing his gold wedding band in public.
For anyone watching at home who has been following Tom and Zendaya since they first met on set 10 years ago in 2016, what is your absolute favorite moment from their relationship? Send us your thoughts live. Now, Dee, jewelers have actually been analyzing the exact craftsmanship of Tom's ring, haven't they?
They have. Rachel, fine jewelry experts break down Tom's ring as a classic 5mm band in 18-karat yellow gold with a comfortable, half-round finish. It has a heavy, luxurious feel with an estimated value around $2,000. Jewelers lovingly call this style the dad band, not because it is dated, but because it is so timeless, simple, and substantial that it will never go out of style.
And it complements Zendaya's ring perfectly. She wears a thinner yellow gold band, stacked right alongside that breathtaking East-West diamond engagement ring she first debuted at the Golden Globes back in 2025. Zendaya was actually seen wearing her gold band during a photo call in Amsterdam for their Spider-Man movie back in June. And her close friend and stylist Law Roach dropped that huge wedding hint on the red carpet earlier in 2026. But Tom, wearing his matching band on August 6th, finally closed the loop on every single rumor.
It really did, after working through such heavy press schedules, with Zendaya promoting Dune Part 3, the drama, and Euphoria Season 3, plus both of them starring in Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and The Odyssey. Seeing them enjoy this private Surrey celebration and walk through London, so grounded is just beautiful. Tom even said recently that doing all of this with his wife is the dream of all dreams.
That is how you handle love in Hollywood. No forced spectacle, just 2 massive stars getting coffee, walking their dogs, and letting 2 classic gold bands speak for themselves.
And choosing Beaverbrook in Surrey, so close to Kingston upon Thames, gave them that quiet sanctuary away from the cameras where they could truly celebrate with family.
It really was perfection. But speaking of another surprising star update that has everyone talking right now, We have to talk about KATSEYE because their 23-year-old leader, Sophia Laforteza, has officially announced she is taking a temporary hiatus from all upcoming group events to focus on her mental health and wellness.
That is right, Rachel. Their joint record label released an official statement on August 7th, explaining that Sophia is stepping back at the direct recommendation of medical professionals to ensure she can make a full, complete recovery.
And honestly, you have to applaud her for making that call. She is only 23, she is leading a massive international group, and recognizing when you need to slow down takes serious guts.
Absolutely, Bianca. The statement stressed that Sophia has been receiving the utmost support, and her team confirmed they will be checking back in with her in September to reevaluate her progress and determine her next steps.
What makes this whole situation so intense, Dee, is the timing of it all, with KATSEYE's packed summer schedule.
The timing could not be more critical. This official statement came out just hours before KATSEYE was scheduled to hit the stage for their headlining set at the Head in the Clouds Music and Arts Festival at the Rose Bowl.
That is unbelievable pressure! Plus, they are literally 1 week away from dropping their brand new Wild EP on August 14th. Going from a 6-piece down to 4 members right before a massive Rose Bowl performance is a huge trial for any group.
It really is, Bianca. So now Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skiendiel, and Yoonchae Jung have to press forward as a quartet for this major festival set and all the upcoming EP momentum.
And Sophia made sure to address the fans directly on her social media stories on August 7th, so there would be no confusion about why she is missing these big milestones.
She was so open about it too. She admitted that making the decision broke her heart because everyone knows how much she loves being on stage, performing, and sharing those live moments with the crowd.
Exactly. She wrote that making this choice was not easy at all, but she is learning that her health has to come first. She put it so clearly, saying that if she does not take care of her mind and body right now, she will not be able to keep doing what she loves the most for the long haul.
That shows incredible maturity for someone so young in this industry. It is so easy for artists to run themselves into the ground trying to meet every deadline, so putting physical and mental wellness first is really wise.
This is not the first time Sophia has been completely transparent with her fans about her personal health either. Back in May of this year, during a live stream, she revealed to fans that she had been officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024.
Right! She described how difficult managing ADHD actually is behind the scenes. The internal restlessness, the struggles with focusing, hyper-focusing, and having severe sleep issues while trying to keep up with intense global promotional demands.
She even mentioned that she regularly sees a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage everything. On top of that, in an interview last November, the group spoke out about receiving thousands of online death threats and intense hostility, with Sophia pointing out that no human being is designed to process that much negative feedback on things they create.
That level of online pressure on young performers is just staggering. To everyone watching live at home right now, how do you feel about young stars stepping away to prioritize their well-being during heavy release schedules? Send us your thoughts on our show's feed.
Hi everyone, I'm Chloe from Chicago, and I am literally crying in my living room right now because Sophia is my absolute favorite member of KATSEYE. I'm so heartbroken she won't be performing at the Rose Bowl, but I just want her to rest, take all the time she needs, and come back strong whenever she's ready.
Oh, Chloe, send her all that love! That is exact care. Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae have an incredible responsibility stepping onto that Rose Bowl stage as a 4-piece to carry their music forward.
They really do, Bianca. But KATSEYE's fan base has shown continuous love and understanding through every twist in their journey.
And remember, their record label confirmed they will be checking back in with Sophia in September to evaluate her recovery, so fans will get a fresh update on her health in just a few short weeks.
Taking a month or two to focus on medical recovery with proper professional support is standard in any other profession. So pop stars should absolutely be granted that exact same right without judgment.
I could not agree more. What do you think in the chat? Do you think the music industry is finally learning to give artists space to heal when schedules get too overwhelming? Keep commenting.
It really sparks a crucial conversation about how major music labels manage the mental health of artists coming out of high-intensity survival programs and fast-paced debut cycles.
Because when you transition straight from a grueling competition show into non-stop international press, rehearsals, and festival headlines, your mind and body need time to adjust and heal.
Exactly. And Sophia summed it up perfectly when she wrote that health must come first if she wants to continue a long, fruitful career on stage doing what she loves.
That statement really reflects her commitment to longevity. She knows that taking a step back now protects her future as a performer and keeps her grounded.
That is pure wisdom. So many legendary stars suffered in silence because nobody gave them permission to pause, get proper medical treatment, and rest. Seeing a major label publicly support a hiatus based on doctor recommendations is a huge step forward.
It really sets a powerful example for the entire industry, especially considering everything KATSEYE has accomplished since 2024 under such constant public attention.
And as Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche take the Rose Bowl stage for Head in the Clouds and gear up for the Wild EP release on August 14th, everyone is wishing Sophia a peaceful and complete recovery.
But you know, people are going to be watching that Rose Bowl set so closely to see how the four of them reconfigure their heavy choreography and vocals without their leader there.
That live dynamic is going to be such a testament to their teamwork, especially with their complex line distributions and staging. Exactly, Bianca, and that is why this official announcement regarding Sophia Laforteza is striking such a chord with fans today. Dee, you have been tracking the statement that came through from her team. What are the specific details on this hiatus?
Well, Rachel, the statement from her label went public on August 7th, right before KATSEYE was set to take the stage at the Rose Bowl Festival. Her representatives made it clear that this decision was made at the direct recommendation of medical professionals so she can focus on her mental health and recovery. They confirmed her progress will be reassessed in September. So for now, the group is pushing forward as a four-piece performance act.
And honestly, good for her. Too many young artists in this industry try to push through until they hit a wall. Remember, back in February, her bandmate Manan also had to step away for her health. Sophia was actually the one standing up for her in interviews, telling everyone to give Manan all the time and space she needed. Now Sophia is doing the exact same thing for herself.
That is a very mature perspective for a 23-year-old leader to take. Dee, did her team address how long she has been managing this pressure behind the scenes?
Hold on, Rachel. Look what just landed on my feed right now. Sophia just put out her own personal statement. She writes that making this decision was not easy, but health has to come first. She says, and I quote, "If I don't take care of my mind and body now, I won't be able to keep doing what I love the most for so long."
That hits the nail on the head. She is thinking about longevity. People forget she opened up back in May about her official ADHD diagnosis from 2024, plus dealing with thousands of toxic online comments. You cannot perform at a high level when your nervous system is constantly under fire.
That is so true, Bianca. When you look at the sheer intensity of launching a global group, the mental strain is immense. For those of you watching at home, do you think more young artists should take proactive breaks like this before reaching total burnout? Share your thoughts with us. Now, Dee, with their new EP dropping next week on August 14th, how is the group handling the immediate lineup change?
They are moving ahead as a quartet with Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche for all upcoming appearances. The group hasn't released a full studio album yet, so these high-profile festival sets and EP rollouts are crucial. But management insists Sophia has their full backing until that September check-in.
Look, the music industry moves fast, but replacing a band leader's energy mid-promotional cycle is no small task. The four remaining members have to reblock choreography, reassign vocal parts, and answer questions about an absent member while maintaining energy on stage.
It really puts their adaptability to the test. Dee, is there any indication from the label about whether she will rejoin before the fall promotional run finishes?
Absolutely no promises have been made beyond that September review, Rachel. The team is staying firm that medical guidance comes first, though her bandmates have consistently kept the door open for her return, just like she did for Manan earlier this year.
And that support system is everything. If the industry wants these young performers to survive long term, this level of flexibility needs to become the standard, not the exception.
It certainly sets a distinct precedent for pop groups moving forward. But Bianca, looking at how management is balancing artist wellness against heavy release schedules.
Well, Rachel, management is finally realizing that burnouts cost far more than delayed release dates. Pushing these young performers to their absolute breaking point isn't a smart business plan. It's a total liability.
Exactly, and fans are actively supporting these health pauses now, which gives labels the green light to prioritize long-term wellness over short-term gain.
That shift is huge for the industry. But speaking of massive news dropping right now, Dee, look at what just landed on our show monitors.
Oh, this is breaking right now, Rachel. Fresh photos just dropped from London. Tom Holland and Zendaya were just spotted on a morning coffee date, and both of them are wearing matching gold wedding bands.
Finally! The wait is officially over! We've been piecing together clues for months, and now we actually get the hardware on Tom's left hand.
Dee, walk us through what happened, because this outing comes right after that quiet celebration in the English countryside, right?
That's right, Rachel. Reports confirm they held a super private wedding celebration on Tuesday, August 4th at Beaverbrook, a 5-star Victorian country estate in Surrey set on a sprawling 370-acre property. It's located just south of London, right near Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
Ultra private and totally discreet. Heavy security, family members sleeping in cottages across the grounds, and breakdown crews were even seen taking down an outdoor dance floor hours after the party. Tom is preparing for that Fred Astaire project, so you know there was dancing. Plus, his 3 younger brothers strung balloons right through their shirt buttonholes.
That is adorable. And now, just 2 days later, they're strolling through London, walking their 2 dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bully, looking completely at ease.
And totally in sync with their casual style. Zendaya was showing off her new pixie haircut, wearing a slouchy white tee, jeans, and shades, while Tom wore a blue t-shirt emblazoned with "Thank you for being a friend," brown pleated trousers, and a maroon cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand.
But the real star of that coffee run was the classic 5mm yellow gold band on Tom's ring finger. That is a solid, timeless choice.
Jewelers are already weighing in on it, calling it the ultimate classic men's band. Heavy 18-karat yellow gold, valued at around $2,000. It mirrors Zendaya's own thinner gold band that she stacks right under her diamond engagement ring.
Remember, her stylist Law Roach first dropped that wedding hint on a red carpet earlier this year, and Tom confirmed back in June that they had secretly tied the knot months ago. But through all those heavy movie promotional runs, Tom kept his left hand ring-free until now.
That takes incredible discipline. Imagine dodging marriage questions through endless global press tours for Spider-Man, Dune, and Euphoria, while keeping your wedding ring in your pocket.
Audience, jump into our show chat right now. Do you prefer a low-key, ultra-secret celebrity wedding like this? Or do you love the massive public spectacle?
Secret every single time, Rachel. No stress, no cameras inside the venue, just your close family and your dogs.
It fits them completely. They met a decade ago on set, went public years later, and have guarded their private life like gold ever since.
Even after a $2 billion summer at the box office, they're just grabbing coffee in London like any other newlyweds. But Bianca, how rare is it for Hollywood stars this famous to pull off an entire wedding celebration without a single detail leaking beforehand?
Requires an absolute mountain of physical stamina. He has already been vocal about getting blisters on his toes from all the intense tap dance training for that role. And if you look at what went down at that sprawling 470-acre Beaverbrook estate in Surrey, hours after their Tuesday party wrapped, crew members were already out on the lawn, breaking down a massive outdoor dance floor. So you know Tom was putting those tap skills to use, celebrating on the lawn with his new wife.
And Bianca, despite the heavy security surrounding the property, the whole celebration had such a warm, intimate family feel. The invited guests and family members actually slept in private cottages scattered across that 5-star country estate. Tom's three younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even had balloons strung through their buttonholes to fit the whole wildflower theme of the party. It was held just 20 minutes outside London, right near Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames, making it deeply personal for them.
It really is the most grounded way to celebrate after what has been a massive $2 billion summer at the box office for them combined. Between giant movie press tours for Spider-Man Brand New Day, Dune Part 3, The Odyssey, The Drama, and Euphoria Season 3, finding that quiet sanctuary in Surrey with family is everything. And then 2 days later, on Thursday, August 6th, they step out in London looking completely relaxed. Dee, what were the key details from that morning coffee run?
They were walking their dogs, Noon, who is Zendaya's miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bully. Tom was wearing a maroon Barreau cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, a blue Ami Paris shirt that read, "Thank you for being a friend," pleated brown trousers, and white sneakers. Zendaya debuted a gorgeous new pixie haircut, wearing a slouchy white tee, light-wash jeans with a brown belt, black sunglasses, and maroon Maison Margiela tabbies. But everyone was staring at their left hands. Zendaya had her gold band stacked right against the diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025, and Tom was officially wearing his own gold wedding band in public for the very first time.
That detail about the matching bands has everyone talking online right now. Let us pull up a message from one of our viewers.
Hi everyone, I'm Clara from San Diego. I am so obsessed with how low-key Tom and Zendaya are. Walking their dogs through London in casual clothes with matching gold rings is literally cuter than any massive staged red carpet reveal could ever be.
Clara nailed it. That is the exact charm of Tom and Zendaya. Look at the choice of ring, too. Jewelers are calling Tom's style the classic dad band. A 5mm, 18-karat yellow gold band with a half-round comfort fit. It has real heft to it, valued around $2,000, and it mirrors Zendaya's thinner gold band perfectly. It is simple, substantial, and totally trend-proof. They did not need a staged photo shoot or a big public statement. They just went for coffee with Phil and Noon and let the gold do the talking.
It shows so much maturity. They met 10 years ago in 2016 on set. Law Roach drops that hint on the red carpet earlier in 2026. Tom confirms the marriage in June, and now we get this effortless public debut after their private Surrey celebration. And speaking of young stars handling immense public pressure with absolute maturity, Dee, that exact mindset connects directly to what Sophia Laforteza is navigating right now with KATSEYE.
It really does, Rachel. Sophia posted directly to her Instagram stories on August 7th to explain her temporary hiatus to fans. She wrote that making the decision was not easy and that it broke her heart to miss out on stage moments, but she is learning that health has to come first. She emphasized that if she does not take care of her mind and body now, she won't be able to keep doing what she loves long term. Her joint labels confirmed that she has been receiving medical support and that this break follows direct recommendations from medical professionals, with a formal reassessment scheduled for September.
And let us highlight how proactive Sophia has been about her well-being all along. Back in May, during a live stream, she revealed to fans that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024. She was so candid about how hard it is to deal with internal restlessness, hyperfocus, and sleep struggles. And she mentioned that she regularly sees a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist. That kind of self-awareness at 23 years old while leading a global girl group is remarkable.
Absolutely, Bianca. And remember what KATSEYE went through after coming out of the debut, Dream Academy. They spoke out late last year about receiving thousands of death threats and overwhelming online toxicity. Sophia said back then that no human being is built to process that volume of negative feedback. When her fellow member Manon Bannerman took a hiatus back in February, Sophia publicly gave her full backing in interviews, saying Manon should take all the time and space she needs and that the door is always open. Now, Sophia is giving herself that exact same grace.
It sets a vital example for the entire music industry, Dee. But operationally, KATSEYE is stepping into a real trial by fire right now. They are headlining Head in the Clouds at the Rose Bowl as a four-piece with Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche, and their Wild EP drops on August 14th. Performing without your leader and lead vocal presence forces the remaining four members to reconfigure harmonies, adjust line distributions, and restage choreography on extremely short notice.
It is a massive test for the group, Bianca, but their bond seems stronger than ever. And with Sophia's reassessment set for September, this hiatus gives her the actual space needed to recover without constant performance pressure. What this all shows us today, whether it is Tom and Zendaya keeping their Surrey wedding private or Sophia stepping back for her mental health, is that young stars are finally rewriting the rules of fame and setting firm boundaries. D, when we look at KATSEYE's schedule for the rest of the fall,
it is absolute non-stop momentum, Rachel. They are headlining Head in the Clouds at the Rose Bowl, and then their Wild EP drops on August 14th. Doing all of that as a four-piece with Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche, while Sophia is on medical leave, is a massive operational shift for the group. What the official statement from their joint labels confirmed is that medical professionals specifically recommended this temporary hiatus so she can focus on a full recovery, and they will be checking back in with her in September to reevaluate her progress.
And let us be completely real here, Dee. This decision did not happen in a vacuum. Sophia has been extraordinarily transparent with fans about what she has been dealing with behind the scenes. Back in May of 2024, right around the time KATSEYE debuted, she revealed that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD. She spoke openly on a live stream about how difficult it truly is, the internal restlessness, the struggles with sleep, the intense hyperfocus. And she mentioned that she actively sees a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist. When you combine that diagnosis with the relentless online hostility and thousands of death threats they have faced, no 23-year-old should have to carry that level of toxic pressure while leading a global girl group.
You make an incredible point, Bianca. It takes immense maturity and self-awareness to step back right before a major EP release to prioritize long-term health. And D, KATSEYE actually has a history of supporting each other through these exact challenges, right?
Absolutely, Rachel. Back in February, another member, Manon Bannerman, took a hiatus to focus on her health. When Sophia spoke in an interview in June of 2026 regarding Manon's absence, she emphasized that they wanted to give her all the space and time she needed, and that the door would always remain wide open for her return. So Sophia was actively championing that culture of care within the band long before she needed to take this step for herself.
Which makes it wonderful that the remaining four members, Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche, are rallying around her now. But from a pure performance standpoint, reconfiguring live harmonies, reassigning lead vocal lines, and restaging choreography for a massive festival set at the Rose Bowl on such short notice is a monumental challenge. They are stepping up under immense industry pressure.
It really shows the strength of their bond and their professionalism. To everyone watching at home, have you ever had to step back from a major life goal to prioritize your own well-being? Share your story with us in our official live chat. Now, Dee, turning back to another couple who knows everything about setting firm personal boundaries under the spotlight, Tom Holland and Zendaya are continuing to show us how it is done.
They really are, Rachel. Just 2 days after their private wedding celebration at the Beaverbrook estate in Surrey, cameras spotted Tom and Zendaya out on a casual morning coffee run in London on Wednesday, August 6th. And for the very first time, Tom was fully displaying a brand new gold wedding band on his left hand.
Finally! We have seen Zendaya wearing her thin gold wedding band stacked right beside her East-West diamond engagement ring since earlier this year. She even showed it off during a photo call in Amsterdam back in June. But seeing Tom walk down the street in London flashing his own matching gold hardware officially locks it all in place.
And jewelers are already breaking down the exact specs of Tom's ring, Bianca. Industry experts estimate it is an 18-karat yellow gold band, about 5 millimeters wide, featuring a comfort-fit dome shape. It is described as a heavy, luxurious piece valued at around $2,000. In the jewelry world, that 5mm yellow gold style is lovingly called the classic dad band, timeless, substantial, and completely trend-proof.
I love that term, Dee. a classic dad band. It fits Tom's grounded, down-to-earth energy so well. Bianca, when you look at how they stepped out for that coffee run, their entire vibe was effortless.
The sartorial coordination was incredible, Rachel. Tom was wearing a blue Ami Paris t-shirt emblazoned with the phrase, "Thank you for being a friend," paired with pleated brown trousers, white sneakers, and a maroon cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, Biro. Meanwhile, Zendaya stepped out in a slouchy white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown leather belt, thin black sunglasses, her stylish pixie haircut, and maroon Maison Margiela Tabi shoes. They looked totally relaxed walking their dogs, her miniature schnauzer, Noon, and their pocket bully, Phil.
It is such a refreshing contrast to the whirlwind schedule they have both maintained recently, Rachel. They went through back-to-back global promotional tours together for Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey, while Zendaya was simultaneously promoting Dune Part 3, the drama, and the third season of Euphoria. They genuinely did not have a free moment on the calendar to host a proper wedding celebration until this month.
And let us give credit where credit is due. They managed to hold an entire wedding reception on a 470-acre country estate in Surrey, with heavy security and families staying across private cottages without leaking a single detail beforehand. Law Roach dropped that famous hint on the red carpet months ago. Tom confirmed in June that they were married, and then they had their dream private party on August 4th on their own terms.
It shows that even after a massive $2 billion summer at the box office, you can still protect what is sacred to you. D, what are fans saying online now that Tom has finally debuted the ring?
The internet response has been pure celebration, Rachel. Fans are loving how low-key the entire reveal was. There was no sponsored magazine cover, no staged photo shoot, and no social media announcement. Just two people grabbing iced coffee with their dogs, letting the simple gold bands tell the whole story.
Because that is their entire playbook. They met a decade ago on the set of Spider-Man back in 2016, went public after those candid photos in 2021, got engaged with that stunning East-West diamond before the Golden Globes in 2025, and now they are navigating married life together. No needless drama, just mutual respect.
Which of Tom and Zendaya's subtle, low-key moments over the years has been your favorite? Tell us right now in our live chat. But D, looking at Tom's career commitments right now, he is not taking any time off, is he?
Not at all, Rachel. Tom is currently in heavy physical preparation for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. In fact, reports noted that hours after their Surrey celebration ended, crews were seen breaking down an outdoor dance floor on the Beaverbrook grounds, which aligns perfectly with all the tap dance training Tom has been putting in.
Now that is commitment. He hosts a secret wedding blowout and still makes sure there is a dance floor on site so he does not miss a beat on his tap training. But jokes aside, whether we are talking about Tom and Zendaya protecting their marriage or Sophia taking a medical pause from KATSEYE, the pattern here is undeniable.
It really is, Bianca. This new generation of stars refuses to sacrifice their personal health or private life for the public spectacle. D, as KATSEYE prepares to step onto that Rose Bowl stage as a four-piece and release their Wild EP on August 14th. How are Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunshe adjusting to handling the Head in the Clouds set at the Rose Bowl without their leader, especially with that August 14th release of the Wild EP coming up so quickly?
They are pushing forward with immense professionalism, Rachel. The medical guidance that led to this hiatus was very clear about giving Sophia the necessary time to recover with professional care, with an official progress review scheduled for September. In her personal message directly to her followers, Sophia was remarkably transparent about her feelings. She explained that while stepping away breaks her heart because performing on stage means everything to her, she had to come to terms with the reality that without taking care of her mental and physical health now, she would not be able to sustain the career she loves for the long term.
That shows a level of self-awareness that used to be completely absent in the entertainment business, Rachel. In years past, industry management would have pushed a young artist until they collapsed before even considering a break. Sophia choosing to step aside right before a major festival appearance at the Rose Bowl proves that the culture is finally evolving. It is smart, sustainable career planning.
It really is, Bianca. And Dee, this is not the first time Sophia has been open about what she deals with behind the scenes, right? She has been building a foundation of real transparency with her supporters for quite some time now.
Absolutely, Rachel. Back in May, during a live stream, Sophia revealed to fans that she received an official diagnosis of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder around the time the group debuted in 2024. She spoke candidly about internal restlessness, difficulty focusing, hyperfocus, and severe sleep struggles, emphasizing that she works regularly with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist. On top of that, late last year she spoke publicly about the overwhelming toll of online hostility and severe virtual attacks, pointing out how unnatural it is for anyone to absorb that amount of negative feedback while trying to create Artillero.
And let us remember how supportive she was when her fellow bandmate Manon took a health hiatus back in February. Sophia was vocal about making sure Manon had all the time and space she needed to heal, stressing that the door would always remain open. So for Sophia to grant herself that exact same grace now shows real integrity. You cannot advocate for your teammates to rest and then ignore your own limits when your body and mind are asking for a pause.
Exactly. It creates a supportive environment within the group where resting is seen as a necessary part of longevity rather than a setback. If you are watching us live right now, do you think more music groups should normalize these planned medical breaks during major promotional cycles? Share your thoughts on our social page. Bianca, seeing these young performers set clear boundaries mirrors what we are seeing with Tom Holland and Zendaya, doesn't it? They are running their lives on their own terms.
Absolutely, Rachel. Look at how Tom and Zendaya handled their recent UK wedding celebration in Surrey. They did not sell exclusive rights to glossy magazines or turn their personal milestone into a grand media spectacle. They chose Beaverbrook, a stunning 19th century Victorian mansion nestled across 470 acres of countryside, just 20 minutes outside London and close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames. That is how you protect your peace when you are two of the biggest stars on the planet.
The details emerging from that Surrey celebration highlight just how grounded and personal it was, Bianca. Security on the grounds was tight, but inside, the atmosphere was relaxed and focused entirely on loved ones. Invited family members stayed in private cottages scattered across the 470-acre estate. Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even brought a touch of playfulness to the wildflower theme by stringing colorful balloons right through the buttonholes of their suits.
I love that detail about his brothers with the balloons. It proves that despite coming off a multi-billion-dollar summer at the box office, they are still a down-to-earth family having fun. And then, mere hours after the celebration wrapped up, crews were seen breaking down an outdoor dance floor on the property, which connects right back to the intensive tap dance training Tom has been doing for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. The man is truly dedicated to his craft, but he still makes room for what matters most.
And that transition back to their daily routine in London was captured so naturally when photographers spotted them on a casual coffee run just 2 days later. Dee, walk us through what they were wearing and how relaxed they looked during that outing.
They looked completely at ease, Rachel. Zendaya stepped out in a relaxed white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, thin dark sunglasses, and her fresh pixie haircut, paired with dark maroon Maison Margiela tabby shoes. On her hand, she wore her classic yellow-gold wedding band stacked next to her east-west diamond engagement ring. Tom went for a low-key look in brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, a maroon ball cap from his Bureau non-alcoholic beer line, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt reading, "Thank you for being a friend." And they were walking their 2 dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bully bulldog.
But the detail everyone is talking about is that 5mm gold band on Tom's left hand. Jewelers are breaking down the piece, noting it is a timeless 18-karat yellow gold band with a comfortable half-round weight, what industry experts call the classic dad band style, valued around $2,000. It mirrors Zendaya's thinner gold band perfectly. After months of speculation, from Law Roach dropping that initial hint on the red carpet to Tom confirming their marriage in June, seeing both of them proudly wearing matching gold bands while getting coffee in London makes it officially official in the most understated way possible.
It really is a masterclass in modern fame. They do the press tours for massive projects, from Spider-Man and the Odyssey to Dune, the drama, and Euphoria. But when it comes to their personal life, they draw a firm line and keep those special moments for themselves and their families.
That is precisely why the public respects them so much, Rachel. Whether it is Tom and Zendaya keeping their Surrey nuptials private, or Sophia taking a step back to focus on her mental health before KATSEYE's Rose Bowl show and EP release, this generation of stars is refusing to burn out for public entertainment. They are prioritizing health, longevity, and genuine personal connections.
And it sets such a strong precedent for the rest of the industry, Bianca. When top-tier actors and rising music stars prioritize wellness and privacy, it shows younger artists coming up that you do not have to sacrifice your life or your sanity to have a successful career.
To everyone watching at home, do you prefer seeing stars keep their personal lives low-key like Tom and Zendaya? Or do you miss the giant televised celebrity wedding spectacles of the past? Let us know in our live chat. Bianca, when you consider Tom's upcoming schedule with his Fred Astaire prep and Zendaya's upcoming projects,
They literally squeezed a whole wedding celebration right between massive film shoots and intense dance rehearsals. Tom is actively in hard tap training for that Fred Astaire biopic. He even joked recently about having blisters on his toes.
And someone working breakdown at that five-star estate in Surrey actually saw workers taking down what looked like an outdoor dance floor set up right on the grounds. So you know he was out there dancing up a storm at his own party, Bianca.
for anyone who is just tuning in to our live broadcast right now, let us bring you up to speed on the two massive stories our panel is covering. First, Tom Holland and Zendaya recently celebrated their marriage with a private family party in Surrey and were just photographed on a coffee date in London, showing off matching gold wedding bands. Meanwhile, girl group KATSEYE is pressing forward with their Rose Bowl performance and the August 14th release of their Wild EP as a four-piece, following leader Sophia Laforteza's announced mental health hiatus. D, what more do we know about how Tom and Zendaya pulled off this rural celebration with their families?
Well, Rachel, the venue was a gorgeous Victorian estate spanning hundreds of acres, just 20 minutes outside London and close to Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames. Security was extremely tight, and family members stayed in private cottages across the grounds. Tom's three younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even leaned into the wildflower theme by stringing balloons right through their buttonholes.
That is such a sweet, low-key family detail. No massive televised spectacle, no ridiculous publicity stunts, just their absolute inner circle. And then 2 days later, they are walking around London with their dogs, Noon and Phil, getting coffee like completely normal people. Except this time, Tom has that brand new 5mm gold band right on his ring finger.
Jewelers who analyzed the photos described Tom's ring as a classic 18-karat yellow gold band, estimated at around $2,000. It has a substantial weight to it, taking down what looked like an outdoor dance floor set up right on the grounds. So you know he was out there dancing up a storm at his own party, Bianca.
For anyone who is just tuning in to our live broadcast right now, let us bring you up to speed on the two massive stories our panel is covering. First, Tom Holland and Zendaya recently celebrated their marriage with a private family party in Surrey and were just photographed on a coffee date in London, showing off matching gold wedding bands. Meanwhile, girl group KATSEYE is pressing forward with their Rose Bowl performance and the August 14th release of their Wild EP as a four-piece, following leader Sophia Laforteza's announced mental health hiatus. D, what more do we know about how Tom and Zendaya pulled off this rural celebration with their families?
Well, Rachel, the venue was a gorgeous Victorian estate spanning hundreds of acres, just 20 minutes outside London and close to Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames. Security was extremely tight, and family members stayed in private cottages across the grounds. Tom's three younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even leaned into the wildflower theme by stringing balloons right through their buttonholes.
That is such a sweet, low-key family detail. No massive televised spectacle, no ridiculous publicity stunts, just their absolute inner circle. And then 2 days later, they are walking around London with their dogs, Noon and Phil, getting coffee like completely normal people. Except this time, Tom has that brand new 5mm gold band right on his ring finger.
Jewelers who analyzed the photos described Tom's ring as a classic 18-karat yellow gold band, estimated at around $2,000. It has a substantial weight to it, and it mirrors the understated gold band Zendaya has been pairing with her East-West diamond engagement ring.
Hi everyone, my name is Chloe. I am 19 from Ohio, and I have been following Tom and Zendaya since their very first Spider-Man press tour. I am literally crying happy tears, seeing them with matching rings. But do you think they will ever post official photos from the Surrey party? Or are we only ever going to get these quick coffee run pictures?
Chloe, thank you for writing in. Bianca, what do you think? Are we ever going to see a full photo album from inside that hotel?
Chloe, my sweet friend, keep those tissues handy because I would not hold my breath. These two have guarded their personal life with a fortress. Remember, their marriage was first leaked on a red carpet by Zendaya's stylist before Tom confirmed it in June. They want their marriage to belong to them, not to the comment section.
Exactly, Bianca. And when you look at how demanding their work schedules are, Zendaya filming multiple major movie projects and Tom diving into biographical prep, keeping these milestones private is clearly how they stay sane.
That balance between public pressure and personal well-being brings us right back to KATSEYE. Taking a step back to protect your health is something 23-year-old Sophia Laforteza spoke about directly when announcing her hiatus under medical advice. Dee, bring us up to speed on where the group stands as this big release week approaches.
Right now, Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are taking the stage as a quartet for their festival set at the Rose Bowl and heading into the launch of the Wild EP on August 14th. Their team confirmed that Sophia is receiving medical care and that a progress reassessment is planned for September.
And Sophia has always been so transparent with her supporters, Rachel. Back in May of 2024, she revealed her ADHD diagnosis during a live stream, talking openly about seeing a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage internal restlessness and severe sleep issues.
She also addressed the dark side of online fame in an interview last November, where the group spoke about receiving thousands of harsh virtual attacks. Dee, didn't Sophia take a strong stand when her bandmate Manon took a break earlier this year?
She did, Rachel. Back in June, Sophia publicly stated that Manon deserved all the time and space she needed to heal, making it clear the door was always open. Now, her bandmates and their team are giving Sophia that exact same unconditional support.
Which is incredible to see! But strictly from a performance angle, adapting choreography and vocal lines to go from 5 down to 4 right before a Rose Bowl show is a huge test for the remaining members.
To everyone watching, how do you feel about management teams supporting mid-campaign health pauses like this? Head over to our chat and share your thoughts. Bianca, looking at how KATSEYE is structuring their set list,
it is pure triage behind the scenes, Rachel. When you take a 5-piece choreography down to 4 members just days before a massive festival performance at the Rose Bowl, you are not just shifting positions on stage. You are completely reassigning vocal harmonies, changing line distributions, and reblocking every single step of the routine.
And do not forget, KATSEYE is releasing their new EP Wild on August 14th as well, so their management team is working double time right now. But what I really appreciate about the official joint label statement is that medical professionals were directly involved in this decision. This is not a situation where a star is being rushed back to hit promotional dates. They have a formal reassessment scheduled for September, which gives Sophia actual meaningful recovery time.
Which is exactly how it should be handled. But let us be real. Navigating global stardom in a 5-member group under that level of intensity was always going to take a toll. Sophia was so open during her live stream back in May of 2024 when she shared her diagnosis of ADHD. She talked about the internal restlessness, the struggles with hyperfocus, difficulty staying focused, and trouble sleeping. Add in what she revealed last November about receiving thousands of death threats and harsh attacks online, and it is completely understandable why her mind and body reached a breaking point.
it really puts things into perspective. And Dee, what stands out is the mutual support within KATSEYE. Back in February, when Manon Bannerman took her hiatus, Sophia went on record saying Manon deserved all the time and space she needed to heal, and that the door would always remain open. Now Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are stepping up to perform as a quartet at the Head in the Clouds festival, giving Sophia that exact same unconditional grace.
It is a beautiful culture of care. Sophia expressed in her personal statement that making this choice was breaking her heart because of how much she loves performing for the fans. But she realized that if she does not prioritize her mental health, psychiatric care, and therapy right now, she will not have a long-term career doing what she loves. That shows incredible self-awareness for a 23-year-old artist.
Taking care of your health early is the only way to survive in this industry. Otherwise, the pressure completely burns you out.
Absolutely. And speaking of superstars who have mastered the artillero of maintaining their longevity while setting firm boundaries with the public eye, look at Tom Holland and Zendaya. They are coming off a colossal $2 billion summer at the box office, and they are managing their personal lives with absolute masterclass precision. Dee, walk us through these brand new photos of the newlyweds stepping out in London.
Rachel, these photos are everything fans have been waiting for. The two of them were spotted taking a low-key morning coffee run through London, walking their two dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, the pocket bully. But the detail that blew up online was right on Tom's left hand. He was officially wearing a classic gold wedding band in public for the very first time.
Finally! The 30-year-old Spider-Man star has been calling Zendaya his wife in interviews for weeks, and he officially confirmed in June that they had secretly gotten married months ago. But seeing that heavy gold ring on his finger during a casual walk makes it officially official for everyone watching. And can we discuss how incredible their casual streetwear coordination is?
The outfit details are so perfectly tuned. Tom was wearing a blue t-shirt that literally reads, "Thank you for being a friend," paired with brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a maroon hat from his non-alcoholic beer brand, Barrow. Meanwhile, 29-year-old Zendaya wore a slouchy white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, skinny black sunglasses, her gorgeous new pixie haircut, maroon split-toe shoes, and her nails were still looking completely bridal.
I love that Tom is wearing a classic television catchphrase on his shirt while stepping out as a newlywed. But what are jewelers saying about the actual design of Tom's wedding ring?
Experts are breaking it down. Tom chose a classic 5mm band in 18-karat yellow gold. Jewelers refer to this timeless style as the dad band, not because it feels old or dated, but because it is so classic, substantial, and enduring. It has a rounded, comfort-fit design with a rich, heavy gold weight, and experts estimate its value at around $2,000.
It is sleek, elegant, and completely trend-proof. It mirrors Zendaya's ring choice so well. She has been wearing her own thinner yellow gold band, stacked right alongside that breathtaking East-West diamond engagement ring that she first showed off at an award show in 2025.
Exactly. Zendaya was first seen with her gold band back in June during a film photo call in Amsterdam, but seeing Tom match her with his own 5mm band on August 6th completely seals the deal.
It really does. To all of our viewers watching right now, what is your take on Tom's classic 5mm gold dad band versus the flashy modern wedding ring trends we see so often? Head over to our live chat right now and let us know what you think. Now, tell us what went on behind those high-security gates at the Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey.
This was an ultra-private, super-secret celebration. On Tuesday, August 4th, the couple gathered their closest family and friends at the Beaverbrook Hotel, a 5-star Victorian country estate situated on 470 acres in Surrey, England. It sits about 20 minutes outside London, very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames, making it a deeply meaningful location for them.
470 acres with heavy security. That is how you keep a Hollywood wedding quiet when you met a decade ago on a movie set back in 2016, got snapped kissing in a car in 2021, and spent years keeping the public out of your personal life.
Absolutely. Guests and family members were hosted in private cottages spread across the estate to ensure total privacy. And Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, embraced the wildflower event theme by stringing actual balloons through their jacket buttonholes.
That is such a charming, playful detail for his brothers. And wasn't there a shot taken hours after the party showing the event setup being dismantled?
Yes, photographers captured crews breaking down what appeared to be an outdoor dance floor on the hotel grounds, which makes complete sense considering Tom is currently undergoing intense dance training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biopic. He even mentioned recently that he already has blisters on his toes from all the practice.
Can you imagine being a guest on a 470-acre estate watching Tom Holland tap dance outdoors in the English countryside? That is top-tier wedding entertainment. What I appreciate most is the timing of it all. They actually tied the knot privately months ago, which Zendaya's stylist famously let slip on a red carpet earlier this year. And then they powered through insane press schedules before finally throwing this party.
Their schedules were relentless. Together, they were doing global press for Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey. On top of that, Zendaya was promoting Dune, Part 3, her movie The Drama, alongside Robert Pattinson, and shooting Euphoria Season 3. They literally did not have a window to bring their families together until this month.
Bianca, looking at this from an industry perspective, how refreshing is it to see two massive global stars control their own narrative like this?
It is a total masterclass, Rachel. Most celebrities let their management or publicists turn major life events into public spectacles for clout. Tom and Zendaya let their movies make $2 billion at the box office, and then they celebrate privately in Surrey and walk their dogs in London wearing matching gold rings. It is low-key, classy, and proves you do not have to sell your personal life to stay at the top of the A-list.
And it speaks volumes about their inner circle. Not a single photo leaked from inside the Beaverbrook estate. Everyone stayed in those cottages, enjoyed the wildflower theme, saw the brothers with their balloon lapels, and respected their privacy completely.
That kind of loyalty among family and friends is priceless in Hollywood. To everyone in our audience, would you prefer an intimate, high-security countryside wedding like Tom and Zendaya's, or a giant public extravaganza? Tell us in the chat right now. D, looking at Tom's career prep for the Fred Astaire role and how he balances that with
his intense dance rehearsals and that $2 billion summer at the box office, it is clear he never slows down. Those photos taken outside the Beaverbrook estate showed crew members taking down an outdoor dance floor just hours after the wedding celebration wrapped up. Tom even joked recently about having blisters on his toes from all his tap dancing practice for that Fred Astaire biopic project. And pulling off that level of preparation while keeping their private life completely locked down is remarkable.
It is legendary, D. Let us be real. They just dominated theaters around the world with massive blockbusters like Spider-Man, Dune, and The Odyssey. Yet they celebrated their marriage away from the noise with close family, wildflower balloon decorations through the brothers' buttonhole, and guest cottages across 470 acres. No sponsored posts, no staged photo shoots, no public circus. It proves that real A-list star power does not need to sell out personal privacy to stay relevant.
Absolutely, Bianca. And when they finally did step out publicly together in London on August 6th, they let a simple pair of matching rings do all the talking. Tom showed off his new 5mm band in 18-karat yellow gold, a classic comfort fit design that jewelry experts value at around $2,000, lovingly calling it the ultimate timeless dad band.
That is right, Rachel. It pairs perfectly with Zendaya's minimalist gold band, which she stacks with her East-West diamond engagement ring that she first debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025. During that casual coffee walk through London with their dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, the pocket bully, they looked totally at ease. Zendaya had her fresh bridal nails, white top, jeans, skinny black shades, and maroon Maison Margiela tabis, while Tom rocked his maroon barrow cap and a blue Ami Paris shirt reading, "Thank you for being a friend."
They look like two regular people grabbing coffee down the street, but their left hands confirm what everyone has been guessing. They tied the knot privately before March, which Law Roach accidentally hinted at on a red carpet. Tom confirmed the marriage in June, and now we finally have the matching gold bands on full display. No long written statement, just living their lives.
It is the ultimate power move in modern Hollywood. To everyone watching our live show right now, do you prefer celebrities who keep major life milestones quiet like Tom and Zendaya, or do you love the massive public reveals? Drop your thoughts in the chat right now. But moving on to another huge story making waves right now, D, we have major developments surrounding the global girl group KATSEYE.
Yes, Rachel. Just as KATSEYE is preparing to headline at the Rose Bowl for the Head in the Clouds Festival and launch their new Wild EP on August 14th, their leader, Sophia Laforteza, announced a temporary hiatus. The official statement released by her team on August 7th confirmed that this step back comes under direct medical advice to prioritize her mental health and full recovery.
And honestly, Bianca fully supports this move. Sophia is only 23 years old and carries the huge weight of leading a group created through an intense global showcase like Dream Academy. Pushing through severe burnout when your body and mind need a break only leads to bigger problems down the line. Stepping back right before a major festival and EP release takes genuine guts.
You are so right, Bianca. In her personal message posted online, Sophia shared how heartbroken she was to miss these performances because of how much she loves being on stage, but she realized that health has to come first if she wants a long career doing what she loves. Her team confirmed they will be doing a medical reassessment of her progress in September.
Exactly, Rachel. In the meantime, KATSEYE will move forward as a four-piece consisting of Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche. This group has shown incredible solidarity before. Back in February, fellow member Manon Bannerman took a hiatus for her health, and Sophia was actually the main one speaking out, telling everyone to give Manon all the time and space she needed before welcoming her back.
That shows the real culture inside this group, D. They actually look out for each other instead of letting competition tear them apart. But we also have to highlight what Sophia has been dealing with behind the scenes. She revealed back in May that she received an official ADHD diagnosis around the time of their 2024 debut. And she has spoken very candidly about working with a psychiatrist, psychologist, and therapist while facing severe online hostility.
That amount of virtual harassment directed at a young artist is appalling, D. Sophia mentioned in a past interview how overwhelming it is to process thousands of hostile messages when you are just trying to create artillero you love. Managing ADHD on top of that, dealing with restlessness, focus issues, hyperfocus, and sleep struggles makes taking a medical break entirely understandable. What are you hearing about how the remaining 4 members are preparing for the Rose Bowl set?
Well, Rachel, reports indicate that Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunje have been putting in double time in the studio to adjust their vocal arrangements and stage positions for the festival. They want to make sure the performance is top tier for the fans while holding down the fort for Sophia until her September medical review.
Remapping an entire live set days before headlining a major venue like the Rose Bowl is massive work, D. It shows how professional Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are. But it also proves that this new generation of performers understands that career success cannot come at the expense of human well-being.
That balance is everything, Bianca. For everyone following along live, how do you feel about record labels supporting artists with medical breaks during critical promotional windows, like EP launches? Share your take in the chat. D, looking at KATSEYE's trajectory since their debut, this focus on long-term health over short-term pressure could really set a new standard for the industry.
It really could, Rachel. Sophia explicitly emphasized that her goal is long-term health so she can keep performing for years to come. Having a structured medical check-in scheduled for September gives her a clear, realistic timeline without the anxiety of an indefinite absence.
Exactly, D. For decades, the music business treated young performers like machines that could just run non-stop until they hit a wall. Seeing a management team actually listen to doctors, pause a leader's schedule, and restructure performances around a 4-member setup proves that things are finally starting to change for the better.
It is a crucial evolution in how management handles artist care, Bianca. As KATSEYE gets ready to take the Rose Bowl stage as a quartet, and fans look ahead to the Wild EP drop on August 14th, everyone is rallying behind Sophia's recovery before that September reassessment.
And let us be completely honest here, Rachel. Making that kind of call right before a massive festival set at the Rose Bowl and a brand new EP drop takes incredible courage. In the past, management teams would have pushed an artist to go out there regardless, perform through the pain, and deal with the fallout later.
You are spot on, Bianca. What the official joint statement from the labels confirmed is that this was not a sudden impulse. Sophia has been receiving medical support, and this temporary hiatus came directly at the recommendation of healthcare professionals to guarantee a full recovery. They are not rushing her back either. Her team made it clear there will be a structured medical check-in scheduled for September before any next steps are even considered.
Which gives Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche a very clear, defined path forward as a quartet for Head in the Clouds and the August 14th release of the Wild EP D. But Bianca, you know how intense it is for a group to reconfigure choreography and vocal distribution just days before stepping onto a major stage.
Oh, it is a total pressure cooker, Rachel. Reblocking stage formations for 4 members when you have been rehearsing as 5 or 6 is no easy feat. But KATSEYE has built a real culture of looking out for each other. Remember back in February when Manon took her break? Sophia was the first person to step up in interviews, publicly saying Manon should be given all the time and all the space she needed, and emphasizing that the door would always remain open. Now the rest of the group is extending that exact same grace and support right back to Sophia.
Exactly, Bianca. And when you look at everything 23-year-old Sophia has been balancing behind the scenes, it puts her decision into complete perspective. She opened up to fans earlier this year about being diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder right around the time the group debuted in 2024. She explained how difficult the internal restlessness, the sleep struggles, and the hyperfocus can be, while sharing that she works regularly with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist.
On top of dealing with intense online hostility, D, she mentioned in an interview late last year that receiving thousands of hostile comments and threats is something no human being is equipped to handle. Choosing to prioritize her mental and physical health so she can keep performing for years to come is the smartest long-term decision she could make.
Absolutely, Rachel. It is about building a career that lasts instead of burning out at 23. And speaking of protecting your personal life from online noise and managing public pressure, look at how Tom Holland and Zendaya navigate their entire world. They are giving a masterclass in keeping what actually matters completely private until they decide to share it.
Oh, completely, Bianca. While KATSEYE is setting healthy boundaries in the music industry, Tom and Zendaya just pulled off the ultimate low-key reveal in Hollywood. They held that private wedding celebration on Tuesday, August 4th, at the Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey, surrounded by family, and then walked through London on Thursday, August 6th, casually holding coffee with matching gold bands on their fingers.
It was the ultimate quiet confirmation, D. No grand press release, no staged photo shoot, just a walk with their dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bully, while wearing matching 18-karat yellow-gold bands. Let us take a moment to hear from one of our viewers who has been following every update on this couple.
Hi everyone, I'm Mark from Chicago. I still cannot wrap my head around how Tom and Zendaya managed to pull off a secret wedding celebration on a 470-acre estate without a single photo leaking beforehand, when my sister couldn't even keep her engagement a secret from our cousins for 2 hours. Do you think we'll ever see official photos of the actual ceremony? Or are these matching gold rings all we're ever going to get?
Mark, my friend, if you are holding your breath for a 20-page glossy photo spread with color-coordinated table settings, you are going to be waiting forever. That is just not who Tom and Zendaya are. They generated $2 billion at the box office combined this summer. They are 2 of the biggest movie stars on the planet, and yet they announced their married status by walking a pocket bully and a schnauzer in relaxed t-shirts. I love every second of it.
Bianca is right, Mark. They have fiercely protected their relationship from day one. They first met 10 years ago, back in 2016 on set, but they kept everything under wraps until paparazzi caught them years later in 2021. Even their actual marriage was confirmed months after the fact by Tom in June, after La Roche dropped that subtle hint on the red carpet earlier in the year.
And D, the details surrounding that private reception at the Beaverbrook Hotel show just how meaningful and intimate the event was for their families. a five-star Victorian country estate in Surrey, located about 20 minutes outside London and right down the road from Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames.
That is right, Rachel. Sources confirmed security was extremely heavy across those 470 acres. The family members who were invited stayed in private cottages scattered throughout the estate. Tom's three younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even tied into the wildflower theme of the party by stringing actual balloons right through their suit buttonholes.
That balloon detail with his brothers is so sweet, Dee. But can we talk about the fact that a crew was spotted breaking down an outdoor wooden dance floor just hours after the party wrapped up? Tom has been doing intense tap dancing training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. He literally admitted in an interview that he already has blisters on his toes from all the practice. You know he was out on that dance floor in the middle of the English countryside showing off those new tap moves.
He was definitely putting that training to good use, Bianca, and jewelers have been closely examining those matching gold bands they wore during their London outing. Dee, what are the jewelry experts saying about Tom's specific choice of ring?
It is a classic, timeless piece, Rachel. Multiple jewelry experts analyzed the images from August 6th and confirmed Tom chose a 5mm band in 18-karat yellow gold with a half-round comfort-fit design. Jewelers lovingly refer to that specific style as the traditional dad band because it is simple, substantial, and completely trend-proof, with an estimated value around $2,000 due to the heavier gold weight.
A dad band! I love that terminology. It has that heavy, luxurious feel without being flashy. Zendaya wears her matching, slightly thinner yellow gold band stacked right alongside that stunning East-West diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes back in 2025. They looked completely in sync on that coffee walk, right down to their casual street style.
They really did, Bianca. Zendaya in her slouchy white shirt, light wash blue jeans, brown belt, skinny black sunglasses, and maroon tabby shoes with her chic pixie cut, while Tom wore a maroon hat from his non-alcoholic beer company, pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a blue shirt that read, "Thank you for being a friend."
And let us not overlook how packed their schedules have been, Rachel. Both of them just completed massive overlapping press tours for Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, the drama, and the third season of Euphoria. They genuinely waited until they had a real break in their work commitments to gather their loved ones in Surrey and celebrate privately.
Exactly, Dee. They put in the work, dominated the summer box office, made $2 billion together, and then stepped back to enjoy their family, their dogs, and their marriage on their own terms. That is how you handle megastardom in 2026.
It really sets an impressive benchmark for how modern stars manage privacy and professional pressure, Bianca. Whether it is KATSEYE adjusting their group structure to support Sophia's health recovery before their September review, or Tom and Zendaya keeping their wedding celebration completely shielded from public intrusion, the shift toward long-term personal balance is obvious.
And speaking of that physical preparation, Rachel, industry insiders are watching closely to see how Tom balances his Fred Astaire dance training with his upcoming filming schedule, while KATSEYE fans gear up for that August 14th EP drop.
Oh, you know Tom is going to be tapping straight into his next set, Dee. And as for KATSEYE, those four women taking the stage at the Rose Bowl are going to give an incredible performance because they know they are holding down the fort for Sophia while she gets the rest she needs.
That resilience across both stories is what has everyone talking today, Bianca. But looking back at that setup in Surrey, there is still one specific detail about how the family arranged those estate cottages that
really highlights how much planning went into keeping everything strictly for their inner circle, Rachel. Tucking the entire family away in private cottages across that 470-acre estate at the Beaverbrook Hotel meant nobody was coming or going without security knowing about it.
Exactly, Bianca. And the security on site was exceptionally heavy throughout the entire event. What stood out to guests was how intimate and personal every detail felt despite the massive size of that Surrey property. It is only about 20 minutes outside of London and very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames, which made it the ideal location for a private family gathering.
Tell us more about those brothers and that wildflower theme, Dee, because that setup sounds so charming for a country estate weekend.
Well, Rachel, Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, were all staying right there in the estate cottages with the rest of the family. To tie into the wildflower theme of the celebration, they actually strung small balloons right through the buttonholes of their suits. It was a subtle, fun family detail that kept things relaxed.
And let us not gloss over the fact that while the family was enjoying those cottages, there was an entire outdoor dance floor constructed right on the grounds. Photos taken just hours after the party showed a crew actively breaking down that wooden dance floor outdoors.
Which makes absolute sense, Bianca, considering Tom is currently in heavy physical training for that Fred Astaire biographical film. He has even joked publicly about already having blisters on his toes from all the practice. So you know that outdoor floor got plenty of use during the party.
Oh, without a doubt. And what makes the timing of this celebration so remarkable is that it comes right at the end of an incredible run for both of them. Together, their project releases have generated over $2 billion at the box office this summer.
$2 billion! That is a staggering summer by any standard in Hollywood, D. Yet just 2 days after hosting this secret country bash in Surrey, there they were back in London, looking totally unbothered, grabbing coffee like regular people.
That coffee run on Thursday was really the moment that set the internet on fire, Bianca. Walk us through what they were wearing and how they looked when those photographs were taken, Dee.
They were completely sartorially in sync, Rachel, but in the most casual way. Zendaya was wearing a slouchy white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, skinny black sunglasses, and maroon Maison Margiela tabi shoes with her gorgeous bridal nails and her chic pixie haircut on full display. She was walking her miniature schnauzer, Noon, while Tom walked their pocket bully bulldog, Phil.
And Tom's look was just as relaxed, D. He wore a blue t-shirt with the phrase, "Thank you for being a friend," from Amy Paris, paired with brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a maroon cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, Biro. But of course, nobody was looking at his shirt. Everyone was staring right at his left hand.
Exactly, Bianca. For the first time ever in public, 30-year-old Tom was wearing a classic gold wedding band on his ring finger. What did the jewelry experts say about his choice?
Rachel, the jewelers are calling it the ultimate dad band. And they mean that as the highest compliment. It is a classic, timeless 5mm band made of 18-karat yellow gold. It has a half-round, comfort-fit design with a substantial, luxurious weight to it, estimated to be worth around $2,000.
And it complements Zendaya's gold band perfectly, Bianca. She wears her yellow gold band stacked right next to that East-West diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes back in 2025. She was actually spotted wearing her gold band as early as February and again in June during a Spider-Man photo call in Amsterdam.
So while Law Roach dropped that iconic hint on the red carpet at the Actor Awards earlier this year, and Tom officially confirmed in June that they had secretly married months prior, this August 6th walk in London was our very first sight of matching gold bands on both of them.
It completes the picture, Rachel. They tied the knot privately before March, spent months on massive world promotional tours for Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, The Drama, and Euphoria, and then waited until August to throw their private celebration with family in Surrey before stepping out for morning coffee as husband and wife.
It really is the blueprint for how to protect your personal happiness in modern Hollywood. For those of you watching us live, do you prefer when stars keep their big life moments completely private like Tom and Zendaya? Or do you love the massive public celebrity weddings? Share your thoughts on our show's social feed.
That focus on personal well-being and setting clear boundaries brings us directly back to our other major story today regarding KATSEYE and their leader, Sophia Laforteza.
That is right, Dee. For anyone just tuning in to our live broadcast, KATSEYE's joint labels announced on August 7th that 23-year-old Sophia is taking a temporary medical hiatus to prioritize her health, with a progress reassessment scheduled for September.
And the timing of that announcement was so critical, D. because it dropped just hours before KATSEYE was set to take the stage for their headlining performance at the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl.
Exactly, Bianca. The group is pressing forward as a four-piece featuring Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skinendil, and Yoon Chae-jung. They handled that Rose Bowl set as a quartet and are moving right into the release of their Wild EP on August 14th, while Sophia takes the time she needs under medical supervision.
Sophia addressed the fans directly on her Instagram stories, Bianca, writing that making this choice was incredibly hard because of how much she loves performing. But she realized that if she does not prioritize her mind and body now, she will not be able to continue doing what she loves for the long haul.
You have to admire her courage, Rachel. Being 23 in an industry with that level of global visibility is intense. Sophia has been so open about her journey. Back in May, during a live stream, she revealed that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time of KATSEYE's debut in 2024.
She spoke very candidly about that, Bianca. She explained that having ADHD brings internal restlessness, hyperfocus, difficulty focusing, and sleep struggles, and she emphasized that she works actively with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage her health.
And on top of that internal pressure, the group has dealt with extreme public hostility online. In an interview last November, KATSEYE revealed they had faced thousands of death threats online, with Sophia noting that no human being is designed to process that volume of intense feedback.
It is completely unacceptable, Rachel, which is why the supportive dynamic inside KATSEYE is so vital. Look back to February, when fellow member Manon Bannerman took her own hiatus for her health. In an interview in June, Sophia was the first to speak up, saying Manon should be given all the time and space she needed, and that the door would always remain open for her return.
And now the rest of the group is extending that exact same grace and support back to Sophia, Bianca, holding down the fort as a quartet, while the medical reassessment takes place in September.
It sets such a positive standard for how young groups support one another through industry pressure. If you are following KATSEYE, how do you feel about record labels prioritizing long-term health over immediate group schedules? Let us know on our show's official channel.
At the end of the day, Rachel, whether it is pop icons stepping back to heal, or Hollywood royalty keeping their wedding celebration completely locked down, artists are insisting that their personal humanity comes before public demand.
And as KATSEYE prepares for their Wild EP drop on August 14th, and Tom Holland continues his tap training for that Fred Astaire project, all eyes are on how these upcoming schedule adjustments play out.
That really is the key question, because looking ahead to September's review for Sophia and Tom's production calendar, industry teams are watching closely to see how these timelines actually align with reality. Because when you have two performers operating at the absolute peak of Hollywood and global pop culture, every single calendar entry is a major logistical puzzle.
Oh, absolutely, Rachel. You are talking about two people who literally just wrapped up a $2 billion summer at the box office with project after project. They went through intense press runs for everything from major superhero releases to intense romantic dramas and prestige television series. So the idea that they managed to carve out time for a quiet, intimate gathering in Surrey at a place like Beaverbrook is mind-blowing.
Exactly, Bianca. And what makes that timeline even more fascinating from a reporting standpoint is how long this was kept completely behind closed doors. They said "I do" months ago, way before March, and we only found out because La Roche made that casual comment on the red carpet at the Actor Awards. Then Tom confirmed the marriage in June, but they still waited until August 4th to host that private family reception across that massive 470-acre country estate.
And the sheer discipline it takes to keep an event like that completely quiet in this day and age is astounding. Heavy security across the entire property, family members staying in private cottages on the estate grounds. Even Tom's younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, staying completely aligned with the wildflower theme by threading balloons right through their buttonholes.
That balloon detail is so sweet, Rachel, but let us talk about what happened hours after that reception wrapped up. Crews were already on site breaking down that custom outdoor dance floor. And remember, Tom is right in the middle of heavy tap training for that Fred Astaire biopic. The man was literally practicing his footwork at his own wedding celebration. He even mentioned having blisters on his toes, so you know he was giving it everything on that wooden floor.
He really was, Bianca. And then, just 2 days later, on Thursday, August 6th, they appear on the streets of London completely relaxed, grabbing coffee with their dogs, their miniature schnauzer, Noon, and their new pocket bully, Phil. That was the very first time we saw Tom wearing that brand new gold band on his left ring finger.
That photo immediately set the entire internet on fire, Dee. Because up until that walk in London, Tom had kept his left hand completely bare throughout every single press tour and public appearance this year.
And can we discuss the actual jewelry for a second, Rachel? Jewelers have been analyzing that band, and it is a classic 5mm 18-karat yellow gold ring. Experts are calling it the ultimate dad band, not because it looks old, but because it is so timeless, solid, and completely immune to fleeting trends. It has that substantial, heavy gold weight to it, estimated at around $2,000.
And it complements Zendaya's hardware so perfectly, Bianca. She has been wearing her own minimalist yellow gold band stacked right next to that East-West diamond engagement ring she first debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025. On that Thursday walk, she paired it with a slouchy white tee, light wash blue jeans, dark skinny shades, her fresh pixie haircut, and those maroon Maison Margiela tabbies. Meanwhile, Tom was wearing brown pleated trousers, a maroon barrow cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt that read, "Thank you for being a friend."
They were completely in sync sartorially without looking staged at all. If you are watching us right now, what do you think of Tom's classic 5mm gold band choice? Do you prefer that timeless, understated look or something more ornate? Head over to our show's official channel and let us know. But Bianca, this contrast between high-stakes career schedules and personal boundary setting is the exact same thread we are seeing unfold over in the music world with KATSEYE right now.
It really is, Rachel. When you look at KATSEYE, you have a group that was formed through an intense global selection process, and they are standing right on the precipice of huge career milestones. They have their headlining set at the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl, and their Wild EP drops on August 14th. Yet, their leader, Sophia Laforteza, who is 23 years old, stepped forward on August 7th to say, "I need to stop and take care of my mind and body right now."
That statement, posted on Weverse by joint labels Hybe and Geffen, was very clear, Bianca. They specified that Sophia's temporary hiatus comes under direct medical advice from health professionals to ensure a full recovery. They also announced that they will formally reassess her progress and next steps in September.
And Dee, Sophia did not just leave it to a corporate press release. She went directly to her fans on her Instagram stories to speak from the heart.
She did, Rachel. She wrote that making the decision was not easy because everyone knows how much she loves performing and being on stage, but she realized that if she does not prioritize her health now, she will not be able to sustain doing what she loves long term. And this is not coming out of nowhere. Back in May of 2024, right around the time KATSEYE debuted, Sophia was officially diagnosed with ADHD. She spoke openly about it on a Weverse livestream in May of this year, explaining how challenging it is to manage internal restlessness, hyperfocus, and severe sleep issues while operating under intense industry demands.
Not to mention the online hostility, D. In a BBC interview last November, the group spoke candidly about receiving thousands of death threats and overwhelming virtual attacks. No 23-year-old, or anyone for that matter, is built to absorb that volume of extreme toxicity while maintaining a grueling rehearsal and performance schedule.
Exactly, Bianca. And what stands out to me is the culture of mutual support within KATSEYE itself. Back in February, another member, Manon Bannerman, took her own hiatus for health reasons. When Sophia was interviewed by Allure magazine in June, she spoke up for Manon, saying they needed to give her all the time and space she required, emphasizing that the door would always be open for her return. Now the group is returning that exact same grace to Sophia as they reconfigure to perform as a four-piece with Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skindeel, and Yoon Chae-jung for the Rose Bowl set and the Wild EP launch.
It shows incredible maturity, Rachel, but from a purely technical standpoint, reconfiguring vocal arrangements and stage choreography from a 6-piece down to a 4-piece just days before a major festival at the Rose Bowl is an immense physical and mental challenge for Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae. They are absorbing Sophia's parts while holding down the fort for their leader.
It really is a trial by fire, Bianca. Industry insiders are watching how Hybe and Geffen handle this September medical review because it sets a major precedent for how modern pop groups manage burnout and mental health conditions like ADHD under real-time spotlight pressure.
If you are a fan following KATSEYE's journey, how do you balance your excitement for the Wild EP on August 14th with giving artists the personal space they need to heal? Share your thoughts with us on our show's official channel. Because as Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae take the Rose Bowl stage as a quartet, the focus shifts to how the group's dynamic adapts on stage and how vocal lines are redistributed for live performances.
And that dynamic shift is huge, Rachel, because when you adjust choreography and vocal arrangements from a 6-piece down to a 4-piece, every single cue changes on stage. Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae are essentially relearning their blocking on the fly for the Rose Bowl while carrying the emotional weight of holding down the fort for their leader.
That is exact reporting from behind the scenes, Bianca. The statement released by their team clearly noted that medical professionals recommended this temporary hiatus so Sophia can focus entirely on her mental health and wellness. They are scheduling a reassessment in September, but right now the focus is giving her the personal space she needs to heal.
It really puts the pressures of modern stardom into perspective, Dee. For anyone just joining our live broadcast right now, let us bring you completely up to speed on the two massive stories we are breaking down today. KATSEYE leader Sophia Laforteza announced a temporary break on August 7th under medical advice to focus on her health. She previously shared her 2024 ADHD diagnosis and the unbearable online hostility the group has faced. The remaining 4 members are taking the stage as a quartet for their festival set and the release of their Wild EP on August 14th. Meanwhile, over in the United Kingdom, Tom Holland and Zendaya basically confirmed their marriage to the world by stepping out in London wearing matching 18-karat gold wedding bands following a super-secret wedding celebration at the Beaverbrook estate in Surrey.
And can we talk about those matching gold bands for a second, Rachel? Fans spent months analyzing every subtle clue after Law Roach mentioned a wedding earlier this year. And then Tom and Zendaya just casually walked their dogs, Noon and Phil, through London with coffee cups in hand, displaying those gold rings on full view. No dramatic press statement, no staged photo shoot, just total quiet confidence.
I spoke with people familiar with the Surrey celebration, and the details from August 4th are so charming. Guests stayed in private cottages across the sprawling 470-acre estate. Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, wore balloons strung through their buttonholes to fit the wildflower theme, and workers were seen breaking down an outdoor dance floor where Tom was practicing his tap routines for his Fred Astaire biopic.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica from Austin. I have been following Tom and Zendaya since their very first Spider-Man press tour back in 2016, and seeing Tom finally wearing that classic gold band makes me want to cry happy tears. Do you think they will ever release official photos from inside the party?
Jessica, my dear, I love your enthusiasm, but knowing how fiercely protective Tom and Zendaya are of their personal life, I would not count on a public photo album. They just generated $2 billion at the box office together this summer, and they clearly want their marriage to belong to them. That 5mm 18-karat yellow gold ring on Tom, what jewelers call the ultimate classic dad band, valued around $2,000, says everything it needs to say without a single caption.
Bianca is spot on, Jessica. Industry experts who examined the photos noted that Tom's band is a half-round comfort fit that perfectly complements Zendaya's thinner yellow gold band, which she stacks next to her engagement ring. Look at their casual style on that coffee run. Tom in his maroon barrow hat and Ami Paris tee, Zendaya with her fresh pixie cut and Margiela Tabi shoes. They are completely in sync as husband and wife.
It sets such a refreshing standard for Hollywood couples, Dee. If you are following along with us live, hop onto our show's official channel and tell us, do you prefer celebrities keeping their weddings completely secret, or do you wish they shared the photos with the fans? We want to know your take. But looking back at KATSEYE, that exact same boundary setting is happening with Sophia Laforteza's health hiatus.
Precisely, Rachel. Sophia wrote on her social media that if she does not take care of her mind and body right now, she will not be able to keep doing what she loves long term. When Manon Bannerman took her own hiatus back in February, Sophia publicly urged everyone to give Manon all the time and space she needed. Now, the rest of KATSEYE is extending that exact same protection and support right back to her.
And the industry is paying close attention because balancing an intense release schedule, like their Wild EP on August 14th, with severe online hostility and condition management like ADHD requires real structural support. As Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche step up for the Rose Bowl, all eyes remain on how management handles that September medical review.
Exactly, Dee, and that September review shows how serious management is about putting her wellness before the music schedule. But let me bring in the health context that Sophia herself shared earlier this year. Back in May of 2024, right around KATSEYE's debut, she revealed during a live stream that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD. She spoke candidly about how difficult it is to navigate, describing an internal restlessness, difficulty focusing, hyperfocus, and sleeping struggles. She also confirmed that she works actively with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage her well-being.
And let's not pretend the digital environment makes any of this easy. When you have young artists facing thousands of online attacks and extreme hostility, something the group addressed in a major interview late last year, the cumulative pressure is massive. Sophia literally pointed out back then that no human being is built to process that volume of constant feedback. Taking this temporary hiatus right before their Rose Bowl set and the August 14th release of their Wild EP is not just a smart career choice. It is necessary for her long-term survival in this business.
That protective culture inside KATSEYE is what stands out to me. When Manon Bannerman took her own hiatus back in February, Sophia gave an interview in June stating clearly that Manon should be given all the space and time she needed, emphasizing that the door would always remain open for her return. Now, as Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skiandil, and Yoon Chae-jung move forward as a four-piece for the Rose Bowl and their Wild EP rollout, the rest of the group is extending that exact same grace and protection right back to Sophia.
It highlights such a healthy evolution in how young artists establish boundaries between their public craft and personal lives. And speaking of keeping boundaries tight while staying at the top of the industry, look at what Tom Holland and Zendaya just pulled off in Surrey. Dee, walk us through how they managed to host a full private wedding celebration at the Beaverbrook Hotel without details leaking until after the event was over.
It was a masterclass in event security, Rachel. They booked Beaverbrook, a 5-star country estate in Surrey with a Victorian mansion set across 470 acres. It is located just 20 minutes outside London and close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames, making it a deeply meaningful location. Security was exceptionally tight, with invited family members staying in secluded cottages scattered across the grounds. Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even tied into the wildflower theme by threading decorative balloons directly through their buttonholes.
What I love is the detail about the outdoor setup, Dee. Hours after Tuesday's celebration wrapped up, crews were seen breaking down an outdoor dance floor on the property. We know Tom has been doing intense tap training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. He even joked recently about having toe blisters from all the practice. So you just know that dance floor saw plenty of action during the party.
He certainly isn't resting on his laurels, Bianca. If you are following along with us live right now, head over to our show's official channel and let us know. Would you want a custom dance floor at your wedding reception, or do you prefer keeping things simple? Hop online and weigh in. But what makes this Surrey celebration even more amazing is that it caps off a staggering $2 billion summer at the box office for this couple.
Their schedules have been absolutely relentless, Rachel. Since first meeting 10 years ago on the set of Spider-Man back in 2016, they have become 2 of the biggest names in Hollywood. Between co-starring in Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey, plus Zendaya starring in Dune, Part 3, the drama alongside Robert Pattinson, and the 3rd season of Euphoria, finding time for a wedding party was a logistical puzzle. That is why they held this private family gathering now, months after secretly tying the knot.
And then comes Thursday's coffee run in London. They stepped out together walking their dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bulldog. Zendaya was dressed in an oversized white t-shirt, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, sunglasses, and maroon Maison Margiela tabbies, showing off her glamorous pixie haircut and fresh bridal nail. Stacked right beside her diamond engagement ring, which she debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025, was her simple gold wedding band.
But all eyes were on Tom's left hand, Bianca. Even though he had confirmed their secret marriage back in June and spent weeks calling Zendaya his wife, Tom kept his left hand completely ring-free throughout his recent promotional runs. On Thursday, he wore a blue Ami Paris t-shirt reading "Thank you for being a friend," a maroon Bureau hat from his non-alcoholic beer brand, brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a brand new gold band on his ring finger.
Jewelry experts are already breaking down the specs of that ring, Rachel. It is an 18-karat yellow gold band, 5 millimeters wide, featuring a classic half-round, comfort-fit design. In the jewelry world, that style is affectionately called the dad band because it is timeless, substantial, and never goes out of style. Jewelers estimate its value at around $2,000, and it mirrors Zendaya's own thinner gold band that she first wore in public back in February and showed off at her June photo call in Amsterdam.
I respect that they went with timeless gold bands rather than flashy jewelry, D. It fits how they have handled their entire relationship. Remember, we only found out they were officially married because Zendaya's stylist, La Roche, dropped the news on a red carpet earlier this year. Tom confirmed it months later in June, and now they just go out for coffee in London with Noon and Phil and let the matching gold bands speak for themselves. No dramatic press release needed.
It really is the ultimate mic drop. Bianca. They dominate the box office, host a private party for family in the countryside, and then casually step out in London wearing matching gold rings. When you compare Tom and Zendaya keeping their personal lives grounded, with KATSEYE prioritizing Sophia's health reassessment in September, it shows a real shift in how modern stars manage fame.
Absolutely, Rachel. Whether it is taking a medical pause for mental health and ADHD care, or keeping a wedding party behind private estate gates, these artists are taking control of their own narratives. KATSEYE's management is ensuring Sophia gets full medical backing, while Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche prepare as a quartet for the Rose Bowl and their August 14th EP release.
And the fans respect that honesty, Rachel. When an artist is open about mental health, or when a couple chooses privacy over red carpet spectacles, the public connects with it far more. Tom and Zendaya didn't need to sell wedding photos to prove their bond. Just like Sophia doesn't need to push through exhaustion when her body and mind need rest.
Spot on, Bianca. If you are watching at home, jump onto our show's official channel right now and tell us, do you think more entertainment management teams should normalize health hiatuses for performers before major releases? We want to hear your thoughts. Now, coming back to Tom's physical regimen for the Fred Astaire film, the tap dancing intensity is at an all-time high, and you can see why that outdoor setup at Beaverbrook made complete sense. Tom has literally been talking about getting blisters on his toes from all the tap training he is doing for that Fred Astaire biopic. So having a temporary dance floor built right on the estate grounds for their celebration was brilliant.
Oh, absolutely, Rachel. Leave it to Tom to turn a post-wedding party in the English countryside into a secret rehearsal space. But what I love is how practical the whole setup was. They bring their entire family out to Surrey, put everyone up in private cottages scattered across 470 acres, and keep the whole thing completely locked down.
The security on site was top tier, Bianca. That 5-star Victorian hotel is only about 20 minutes outside London, super close to Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames, which made it the perfect secluded location. And those little personal touches from his family really made the atmosphere special. His 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, actually took balloons from the wildflower decor and threaded them right through their buttonholes.
That is such a sweet detail, Dee. It really shows how intimate and down-to-earth the whole gathering was, despite them coming off an unbelievable $2 billion box office summer together. They went through a massive string of back-to-back promotional tours for projects like Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, The Drama, and Euphoria Season 3. So to wrap all of that work up and head straight into a private celebration with close family is just fantastic.
And notice how they did not do any grand photo reveals or big press releases afterward. The very next thing we see is the two of them walking through London on a totally casual Thursday coffee run, grabbing drinks like any other couple, holding hands, and walking their two dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and their new pocket bully, Phil.
I noticed that. Bianca, the style contrast between their red carpet glam and these casual strolls is priceless. Zendaya was rocking that incredible pixie haircut, skinny black sunglasses, a slouchy white shirt, light wash jeans with a brown belt, and those maroon Maison Margiela tabby shoes, still sporting those lovely bridal nails. And Tom kept it super relaxed in brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, a maroon hat from his non-alcoholic beer brand Biro, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt that literally said, "Thank you for being a friend."
But the absolute star of those coffee run photos was sitting right there on Tom's left hand. This was the very first time he has been spotted in public wearing his gold wedding band.
Finally! The mystery is officially solved, Dee. He has been casually calling Zendaya his wife in conversations for weeks, and he confirmed back in June that they had secretly tied the knot. But seeing the physical ring on his finger just cements the whole thing.
Tell us about the jewelry specs, Dee, because the industry analysis on these matching bands is fascinating.
It really is, Rachel. Expert jewelers who analyzed the photos confirmed that Tom selected a classic 5mm yellow gold band. It is a half-round comfort fit design in 18-karat gold, which has a heavier weight and a luxurious feel. Industry insiders lovingly refer to that exact style as a dad band because it is so timeless, substantial, and completely trend-proof. It is estimated to be worth around $2,000.
A dad band! I love that! It is simple, solid, and does not scream for attention, which matches Tom's personality down to the ground.
Exactly, Bianca, and it pairs seamlessly with Zendaya's ring setup. She has been wearing her thinner yellow gold band since earlier this year, stacked right next to that stunning East-West diamond engagement ring she first debuted at the Golden Globes back in 2025.
It really is a full circle moment for everyone who has followed their journey since they first met on set back in 2016. Remember, the very first public hint that a wedding had already taken place actually came from Zendaya's stylist Law Roach on the red carpet at the Actor Awards earlier in 2026, when he dropped that comment that set the whole internet on fire.
Law Roach definitely knew what he was doing with that hint, Rachel. But even with all that public curiosity, Tom and Zendaya managed to keep the actual date and ceremony entirely to themselves until they were ready to show off those rings on their own terms.
If you are just tuning into our live broadcast, welcome in. We are talking about Tom Holland and Zendaya stepping out in London with their matching gold bands after their secret Surrey celebration, as well as the major career update surrounding KATSEYE. If you have a take on Tom's classic 18-karat gold band style, jump into our official show channel and tell us what you think. Now, Dee, let us pivot back to KATSEYE, because the group is making huge moves right now as they prepare for the Head in the Clouds festival at the Rose Bowl.
That is right, Rachel. Management confirmed on August 7th that leader Sophia Laforteza is taking a temporary medical hiatus to focus on her mental health and wellness. The decision was made following direct consultations with medical professionals, and joint labels Hybe and Geffen confirmed that they will do a progress reassessment with Sophia in September.
And this timing is so critical, Dee, because the Rose Bowl performance is happening immediately, and their new EP, Wild, drops on August 14th. So the group is moving forward as a four-piece quartet with Daniela Avanzini, Lara Raj, Megan Skindeel, and Yoon Chae-jung taking the stage.
It is a massive adjustment for a group that was formed on the debut Dream Academy as a six-piece, especially since they have been building momentum through EPs rather than a full studio album yet. But Sophia's personal statement on Instagram was so heartfelt. She explained how hard the decision was, writing that she loves performing, but she realized that if she does not take care of her mind and body now, she will not be able to continue doing what she loves for the long haul.
That honesty is so grounded, Rachel. And remember, Sophia has been open with fans about her health journey before. During a live stream back in May, she revealed that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024. She spoke candidly about internal restlessness, hyperfocus, sleep issues, and how she actively works with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage it all.
Plus, we cannot ignore the absurd amount of pressure and severe online hostility these young artists face, D. In an interview last November, Sophia addressed how the group had to navigate thousands of death threats and hateful comments online, rightly pointing out that no human being is built to process that volume of negative feedback while trying to create Artillero.
Absolutely, Bianca. And that culture of empathy within KATSEYE is something they have built together from day one. When fellow member Manon Bannerman took her own hiatus back in February, Sophia spoke out in an interview in June, saying that Manon should be given all the time and space she needed, and emphasizing that the door would always remain open for her return. Now, the rest of the group is extending that exact same grace and support back to Sophia as Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche take on the Rose Bowl as a quartet.
It shows real maturity from the whole team, Rachel. Prioritizing long-term career longevity and personal well-being over short-term promotional schedules is how you build a sustainable career in this industry.
Exactly. It is all about balance, whether you are managing global festival dates or keeping your personal life protected while topping box office charts. Speaking of topping box office charts and keeping things grounded, Bianca, look at Tom Holland and Zendaya.
That is the ultimate proof right there, Rachel. They pulled in $2 billion at the box office this summer across all their projects. Yet they walked down the streets of London like any ordinary couple getting iced coffee on a Thursday morning.
And that morning coffee run on August 6th was huge because it gave us the very first public sighting of Tom wearing his gold wedding band.
Finally! We have been watching his left hand so closely for months during every single film premiere, and he kept it completely ring-free through the whole promotional run until now.
D, break down what the jewelry experts are saying about that ring, because it is not just any ordinary piece of metal on his finger.
Well, Rachel, jewelers explain that Tom chose a classic, trend-proof 18-karat yellow gold band, about 5 millimeters wide, with a comfortable, heavy feel to it.
In the jewelry world, they lovingly call that style the dad band, and I love that for him. It is solid, substantial, timeless, estimated to be worth around $2,000, and it never goes out of style.
Exactly, Bianca. It mirrors Zendaya's own minimalist yellow gold band, which she pairs stacked with her East-West diamond engagement ring from their Golden Globes appearance back in 2025.
They were completely in sync, right down to their low-key street style on that walk through London.
They really were. Tom was wearing a maroon Barreau hat from his non-alcoholic beer company, a blue t-shirt emblazoned with "Thank you for being a friend" from Ami Paris, pleated brown trousers, and white sneakers.
And Zendaya looked effortlessly stylish in light-wash blue jeans with a brown belt, an oversized slouchy white top, dark sunglasses, maroon Mason Margiela tabbies, her stunning pixie haircut, and fresh bridal nails.
Plus, they were walking both of their dogs, Noon, the miniature schnauzer, and Phil, the pocket bulldog.
You can tell they are just enjoying married life after that ultra-private celebration in Surrey. If you are watching at home, drop your thoughts in our live chat about their matching minimalist gold wedding bands.
Hi everyone, I'm Clara from Chicago. I have been following Tom and Zendaya since their very first Spider-Man movie together back in 2016, and I am so thrilled for them. Do you think they will ever release official photos from that private Surrey party, or will they keep those memories completely to themselves forever?
Clara, bless your heart, but you know Tom and Zendaya by now. They kept their actual wedding secret for months until Tom confirmed it back in June after Law Roach let the news slip on a red carpet.
Bianca is right, Clara. Everything about their celebration at the Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey was designed for absolute privacy.
Tell us more about what happened at that luxury country estate, D, because the details we do have are so romantic.
Beaverbrook is a Victorian mansion turned hotel spread across 470 acres in the English countryside, just 20 minutes outside London and right near Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
Heavy security was stationed all around, and invited family members slept in private cottages across the estate to keep everything completely hidden from the outside world.
And Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, stayed right on the wildflower theme by stringing actual balloons through their buttonholes.
That is such a sweet family touch. And hours after the party wrapped up, crews were spotted breaking down an outdoor dance floor on the property.
Which makes total sense, Rachel, because Tom has been training non-stop for his Fred Astaire biopic. He was probably practicing his tap routines out there late into the night.
He even joked recently that he already has blisters on his toes from all that intense dancing preparation.
They managed to balance these massive career moments, working on huge films like Spider-Man, Dune, The Odyssey, and Euphoria, with a personal life that belongs strictly to them.
That is the real key, Rachel. Whether you are two global film stars or a young pop group navigating international fame, drawing a firm line around your personal life is necessary for long-term health.
Which brings us right back to KATSEYE and Sophia Laforteza taking this vital step for her well-being.
Exactly, Rachel. The statement released by the record labels on August 7th confirmed that Sophia's temporary hiatus was recommended by medical professionals so she could focus on her mental health and full recovery.
And I respect that decision so much, Dee. A 23-year-old leader realizing that if she does not prioritize her mind and body right now, she will not be able to sustain doing what she loves. That takes real courage.
Sophia posted a deeply personal message on Instagram, admitting that making this choice broke her heart because she loves performing on stage, but emphasizing that health must come first.
Dee, what do we know about the timeline for checking in on her progress?
The labels confirmed that they will be conducting an official medical reassessment in September to check on her health and determine her next steps.
Until then, Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae are pressing forward as a quartet for their headlining set at the Rose Bowl Festival and the release of their Wild EP on August 14th.
And this is not the first time Sophia has been open with fans about what she handles behind closed doors, right, Bianca?
Not at all, Rachel. Back in May, during a live stream, Sophia shared that she was officially diagnosed with ADHD around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024.
She spoke candidly about how difficult ADHD really is, describing internal restlessness, trouble focusing, hyperfocus, and sleep issues, and explained that she regularly sees a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist.
On top of navigating ADHD, the group also spoke out last November about the overwhelming online hostility they have faced, including thousands of death threats.
That amount of cyberbullying and online hostility is horrifying, Dee. No human being is built to process that volume of hatred while trying to build a career in the spotlight.
Exactly, Bianca. Sophia explained back then that they were learning to stay off social media, work hard on what they love, and rely on each other for protection.
That culture of mutual care is so clear inside KATSEYE. Think back to June, when Sophia spoke about fellow member Manon Bannerman's hiatus from February.
She said Manon should be given all the space and time she needed, emphasizing that the door would always remain wide open for her return.
And now Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yoonchae are extending that exact same grace and support back to Sophia while she focuses on her healing. That is true solidarity within a group.
Audience members, we want to hear from you. How do you feel about this generation of artists taking control of their health and personal boundaries?
It is a total culture shift in the entertainment world, Rachel. Years ago, young performers were pushed to work through severe exhaustion. But today, we are seeing stars demand longevity over constant promotion.
Absolutely, Bianca. Whether it is Tom and Zendaya guarding their private wedding celebration in Surrey, or Sophia stepping back under medical guidance, protection is the priority.
But as artists set these boundaries more firmly than ever, Bianca, will Hollywood and the music industry truly adjust? Or will the public pressure on young talent keep growing?
The industry only adjusts when talent forces its hand, Rachel. For decades, music labels and entertainment studios treated young performers like invincible machines, expecting them to push through physical and emotional exhaustion without a single complaint. But when you have someone like Sophia Laforteza, who is only 23 years old and leading a massive, globally watched group, publicly stating that her mind and body cannot take the pressure without a break, that forces management to pay attention.
That is such a crucial point, Rachel. The joint statement released by her labels made it explicitly clear that medical professionals were directly involved in evaluating her condition and making this recommendation. They are not leaving her recovery to chance, and they have already formally scheduled a medical progress reassessment for September to evaluate her health before determining any future steps for her schedule.
Which is precisely how health decisions ought to be managed. Look at everything Sophia has been privately balancing since KATSEYE first made their debut. Back in May of 2024, she revealed during a live stream with fans that she had received an official diagnosis for ADHD. She spoke candidly about struggling with internal restlessness, severe sleep disruption, and the overwhelming difficulty of maintaining focus while managing a high-stakes music career.
She really laid it all out with total honesty, didn't she, Dee? She even mentioned actively working with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist just to navigate that daily reality behind the scenes.
Absolutely, Rachel. And on top of managing her personal health and ADHD diagnosis, she and her bandmates revealed in a broadcast interview late last year that they were being targeted with thousands of online death threats and extreme hostility. Sophia pointed out back then that no human being, regardless of their fame, is equipped to process that volume of toxicity while trying to create Artillero.
Thousands of threats directed at young artists! That level of online hostility is downright toxic, Dee. People sitting behind screens forget that these performers are human beings with real emotions, not bulletproof avatars built for public amusement. Deciding to prioritize her wellness right before KATSEYE's major headlining performance at the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl takes genuine courage.
It truly takes immense bravery to put health first. And while Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche step up to perform as a four-piece group at the Rose Bowl and prepare for the release of their Wild EP on August 14th, Sophia is receiving unwavering support from her team. Dee, this culture of empathy and mutual support isn't new for KATSEYE, is it?
Not at all, Rachel. Back in February, when fellow group member Manon Bannerman took her own temporary hiatus to focus on her personal health, Sophia was the very first person to step up and defend her publicly. In an interview published in June, Sophia firmly insisted that Manon should be given all the time and space she needed to heal, reminding everyone that the door would always remain wide open for her return.
That is true leadership and genuine sisterhood. Sophia set that standard of patience and unconditional care within the group earlier this year. And now Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are extending that exact same grace right back to her. It proves that KATSEYE as a group values long-term well-being over short-term corporate demand.
That shift toward protecting young talent is so inspiring to watch. Audience members, we want to hear your perspective on this. How do you see this new generation of artists taking control of their mental health, reshaping the future of the entertainment industry? Send us your thoughts online right now.
It sets a healthy precedent that stretches across the entire industry, Rachel. Whether we are talking about pop stars prioritizing their mental health or actors like Tom Holland and Zendaya strictly shielding their private life from public consumption, artists are proving that personal boundaries are non-negotiable.
And speaking of Tom and Zendaya guarding their private world, the newly uncovered details about their secret wedding celebration in the English countryside
Shielding their private life from public consumption. Artists are proving that personal boundaries are non-negotiable.
And speaking of Tom and Zendaya guarding their private world, the newly uncovered details about their secret wedding celebration in the English countryside
shielding their private life from public consumption. Artists are proving that personal boundaries are non-negotiable.
And speaking of Tom and Zendaya guarding their private world, the newly uncovered details about their secret wedding celebration in the English countryside
shielding their private life from public consumption. Artists are proving that personal boundaries are non-negotiable.
And speaking of Tom and Zendaya guarding their private world, the newly uncovered details about their secret wedding celebration in the English countryside
The industry only adjusts when talent forces its hand, Rachel. For decades, music labels and entertainment studios treated young performers like invincible machines, expecting them to push through physical and emotional exhaustion without a single complaint. But when you have someone like Sophia Laforteza, who is only 23 years old and leading a massive, globally watched group, publicly stating that her mind and body cannot take the pressure without a break, that forces management to pay attention.
That is such a crucial point, Rachel. The joint statement released by her labels made it explicitly clear that medical professionals were directly involved in evaluating her condition and making this recommendation. They are not leaving her recovery to chance, and they have already formally scheduled a medical progress reassessment for September to evaluate her health before determining any future steps for her schedule.
Which is precisely how health decisions ought to be managed. Look at everything Sophia has been privately balancing since KATSEYE first made their debut. Back in May of 2024, she revealed during a live stream with fans that she had received an official diagnosis for ADHD. She spoke candidly about struggling with internal restlessness, severe sleep disruption, and the overwhelming difficulty of maintaining focus while managing a high-stakes music career.
She really laid it all out with total honesty, didn't she, Dee? She even mentioned actively working with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist just to navigate that daily reality behind the scenes.
Absolutely, Rachel. And on top of managing her personal health and ADHD diagnosis, she and her bandmates revealed in a broadcast interview late last year that they were being targeted with thousands of online death threats and extreme hostility. Sophia pointed out back then that no human being, regardless of their fame, is equipped to process that volume of toxicity while trying to create artillero.
Thousands of threats directed at young artists! That level of online hostility is downright toxic, Dee. People sitting behind screens forget that these performers are human beings with real emotions, not bulletproof avatars built for public amusement. Deciding to prioritize her wellness right before KATSEYE's major headlining performance at the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl takes genuine courage.
It truly takes immense bravery to put health first. And while Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche step up to perform as a four-piece group at the Rose Bowl and prepare for the release of their Wild EP on August 14th, Sophia is receiving unwavering support from her team. Dee, this culture of empathy and mutual support isn't new for KATSEYE, is it?
Not at all, Rachel. Back in February, when fellow group member Manon Bannerman took her own temporary hiatus to focus on her personal health, Sophia was the very first person to step up and defend her publicly. In an interview published in June, Sophia firmly insisted that Manon should be given all the time and space she needed to heal, reminding everyone that the door would always remain wide open for her return.
That is true leadership and genuine sisterhood. Sophia set that standard of patience and unconditional care within the group earlier this year. And now Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are extending that exact same grace right back to her. It proves that KATSEYE as a group values long-term well-being over short-term corporate demand.
That shift toward protecting young talent is so inspiring to watch. Audience members, we want to hear your perspective on this. How do you see this new generation of artists taking control of their mental health, reshaping the future of the entertainment industry? Send us your thoughts online right now.
It sets a healthy precedent that stretches across the entire industry, Rachel. Whether we are talking about pop stars prioritizing their mental health or actors like Tom Holland and Zendaya strictly shielding their private life from public consumption, artists are proving that personal boundaries are non-negotiable.
And speaking of Tom and Zendaya guarding their private world, the newly uncovered details about their secret wedding celebration in the English countryside demonstrate just how carefully they structured their privacy.
Walk us through those details, Dee. What do we know about how they brought their families together at the Beaverbrook estate?
Well, Rachel, reports confirm that their private reception took place on Tuesday at the Beaverbrook Hotel, a stunning five-star country estate featuring a 19th-century mansion set on 470 acres in Surrey. It is located roughly 20 minutes outside London and very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames, making it an exceptionally meaningful choice for his side of the family.
While Zendaya's family traveled all the way from Oakland, California to join the celebration. But having 470 acres of secluded land surrounded by heavy security meant both families could gather, celebrate, and stay in luxury private cottages across the estate without paparazzi invading their space.
Exactly, Bianca. And Tom's three younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, embraced the event's wildflower decoration theme in the most creative way by stringing actual wildflowers and small balloons directly through their suit buttonholes.
That is such a charming, grounded family touch. No pretentious Hollywood glitz, just three brothers celebrating Tom with balloons in their lapels. That is how you keep a multi-million-dollar celebration feeling like a real family homecoming.
And D, photographers captured a very telling detail on the grounds just hours after the party wrapped up, didn't they?
They did, Rachel. Images taken at the venue showed site crews breaking down a massive outdoor temporary dance floor. As we know, Tom has been undergoing intense daily training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film, so he undoubtedly put that dance floor through its paces late into the evening.
He did mention in an earlier interview that he already had painful blisters on his toes from all those tap dancing rehearsals. Imagine celebrating your wedding night and getting your tap dance practice in at the exact same time. That is absolute dedication, Rachel.
That is true commitment. And what an incredible way for the newlyweds to conclude a summer where their combined movie projects generated over $2 billion at the global box office.
An unprecedented summer for both of them, Rachel. Yet despite that massive box office dominance, when they were photographed stepping out on Thursday in London for a low-key coffee run with their dogs, their miniature schnauzer Noon, and their pocket bully Phil, they appeared completely serene and unbothered by the spotlight.
And let us talk about those casual London outfits, Dee, because their street style was perfectly coordinated. Zendaya wore an oversized white t-shirt, relaxed light-wash blue jeans with a brown leather belt, thin black sunglasses, maroon Maison Margiela tabby shoes, and her glamorous new pixie haircut.
While Tom walked right alongside her wearing a blue Ami Paris t-shirt featuring the slogan, "Thank you for being a friend," brown pleated trousers, clean white sneakers, and a maroon barrow cap from his non-alcoholic beer line.
But the undeniable highlight of those coffee run photos was flashing right on Tom's left hand, his classic gold wedding band on full public display for the very first time.
Finally! We spent months watching Tom keep his left hand tucked deep inside his pockets during international promotional tours. Seeing that substantial gold ring on his finger next to Zendaya's matching band is total confirmation for fans who have rooted for them since they met on the set of Spider-Man 10 years ago.
Top jewelry experts have analyzed the craftsmanship of Tom's new ring, Rachel. It is a traditional 5mm half-round band forged in 18-karat yellow gold with a comfort fit interior, estimated to be worth around $2,000 due to its substantial gold weight.
Leading jewelers literally refer to that classic design as the dad band, Rachel. Not because it is dated, but because it is so timeless and iconic that every generation recognizes it. It complements Zendaya's thinner yellow gold band, which she stacks alongside the diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025. So beautifully.
They truly managed to keep the world guessing for months, didn't they? Especially after Zendaya's stylist Law Roach dropped that unexpected clue on an award show red carpet earlier this year.
That comment sent shockwaves through the industry, Rachel. Law Roach hinted back then that they were already married, which Tom eventually confirmed in June, explaining that they had secretly exchanged vows months prior before hosting their Surrey celebration with family this August.
They dictated every single chapter of their relationship timeline on their own terms. No staged magazine covers, no sponsored announcements, just two huge stars walking their dogs through London with iced coffees, letting two simple gold rings tell the entire story.
Audience members, we want to hear from you. What do you admire most about how Tom and Zendaya managed to keep their wedding celebration so private while dominating Hollywood? Drop your comments now.
What stands out to me across both of these stories today is the ultimate power of choice. Whether it is Tom and Zendaya shielding their marriage from the public eye, or Sophia Laforteza choosing her mental health over a grueling performance tour, these stars are refusing to burn out for public entertainment.
And as KATSEYE prepares to perform as a four-piece group at the Rose Bowl ahead of their Wild EP release on August 14th, the support from fans across social media platforms has been overwhelming, with everyone wishing Sophia a peaceful recovery before her medical evaluation in September.
That fan base support is vital! When followers show patience and understanding, it empowers artists to make healthy choices without fear of damaging their careers.
It signals a healthier future for the entire music industry, Bianca. And as Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche take the Rose Bowl stage, industry insiders are watching closely to see how the group adapts their dynamic stage presence.
Reports confirm the four remaining members have been working tirelessly in the rehearsal studio, completely restructuring their vocal arrangements and dance formations for the festival set while preparing for the release of their Wild EP on August 14th, which puts an incredible amount of weight on the shoulders of Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche as they step up to execute these newly restructured vocal parts and complex dance formations without Sophia by their side.
It really highlights the sheer discipline required in this industry, Dee. Bianca, when you look at a young group going through this kind of last-minute shift, what does it say about the reality of modern pop groups today?
It shows that human limits actually exist, Rachel. For years, pop groups were treated like relentless machines that could just keep going no matter what was happening behind closed doors. But when a leader like Sophia stands up on August 7th and explicitly tells her fans that
the release of their Wild EP on August 14th, which puts an incredible amount of weight on the shoulders of Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche as they step up to execute these newly restructured vocal parts and complex dance formations without Sophia by their side.
It really highlights the sheer discipline required in this industry, Dee. Bianca, when you look at a young group going through this kind of last-minute shift, what does it say about the reality of modern pop groups today?
it shows that human limits actually exist, Rachel. For years, pop groups were treated like relentless machines that could just keep going no matter what was happening behind closed doors. But when a leader like Sophia stands up on August 7th and explicitly tells her fans that if she does not prioritize her mind and body right now, she will not be able to continue doing what she loves long-term, that is a massive statement. She is refusing to burn out completely just to satisfy a relentless schedule.
And that statement was backed entirely by her joint record labels, who confirmed that medical professionals recommended this temporary break so she can achieve a full recovery. They have already scheduled a formal medical reassessment for September to evaluate her progress and decide on the next steps for her career.
That timeline gives her actual breathing room, Dee. And let us not forget the backstory here, because Sophia has been remarkably open with her supporters about her mental health journey. Back in May of 2024, right around the time KATSEYE debuted,
If she does not prioritize her mind and body right now, she will not be able to continue doing what she loves long-term. That is a massive statement. She is refusing to burn out completely just to satisfy a relentless schedule.
And that statement was backed entirely by her joint record labels, who confirmed that medical professionals recommended this temporary break so she can achieve a full recovery. They have already scheduled a formal medical reassessment for September to evaluate her progress and decide on the next steps for her career.
that timeline gives her actual breathing room, Dee. And let us not forget the backstory here, because Sophia has been remarkably open with her supporters about her mental health journey. Back in May of 2024, right around the time KATSEYE debuted after forming through the debut Dream Academy, she revealed her official diet, including a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist.
Exactly. And let us be entirely real about the atmosphere these young women are operating in. In an interview late last year, the group spoke about receiving thousands of extreme online attacks and death threats. No 23-year-old artist should have to process that volume of toxicity while trying to build a global career. It is completely unsustainable without taking step backs when necessary.
That mutual support system has been a core pillar for this group from the start. Remember back in February when another member, Manon Bannerman, had to step away for her own health hiatus? In an interview back in June, Sophia was the one stepping up to publicly advocate for Manon, telling the public that Manon should be given all the time and space she needs, and emphasizing that the door would always remain open for her return. Now that same empathy is being reflected right back to Sophia.
It creates a very rare culture of care inside a high-stakes music environment. Bianca, for everyone watching at home who follows these release cycles, do you think seeing young artists prioritize their long-term health will permanently change how record labels manage artist burnout moving forward? Tell us what you think in the comments.
It absolutely should change the standard, Rachel, because fans want their favorite performers to survive and thrive long term. But speaking of managing intense public pressure while maintaining personal boundaries, look at how Tom Holland and Zendaya just handled their entire summer. They generated a mind-boggling $2 billion at the global box office, combined with their massive projects. And yet, they managed to pull off one of the quietest, most elegant wedding celebrations Hollywood has seen in years.
It is the ultimate masterclass in keeping your personal life strictly personal, Bianca. D, you have been digging into the reported details surrounding their private reception in the United Kingdom earlier this week. What do we know about how they pulled off this event?
It was an absolute top-secret blowout celebration, Rachel. Reports confirm that on Tuesday, August 4th, the couple hosted their close friends and family for a private wedding reception at the Beaverbrook Hotel. That is a 5-star Victorian estate sprawling across 470 acres in Surrey, England, located just 20 minutes outside London and very close to Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
And they locked that entire property down. You know, security had to be impenetrable for two of the biggest movie stars on the planet to gather their families without an entire fleet of cameras crashing the gates.
Security was exceptionally heavy, Bianca. The invited family members were accommodated in private cottages scattered across the sprawling estate. Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, even leaned into the playful wildflower decor theme by stringing decorative balloons right through their buttonholes.
That is such a charming, grounded family detail, D. And speaking of the estate itself, photographs taken just hours after the party wrapped up showed event crews actively dismantling a large outdoor dance floor on the lawn.
Well, of course there was an outdoor dance floor. Tom has been in rigorous physical training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. The man has already joked publicly about having blisters on his toes from all the tap rehearsals, so you know he was out on that wooden floor putting those dance skills to work, celebrating with his new wife.
They looked completely relaxed. Just 2 days later, on Thursday, August 6th, photographers caught the newlyweds on a casual morning coffee run in London, walking their 2 dogs, Zendaya's miniature schnauzer, Noon, and their new pocket bully bulldog, Phil.
They were so effortlessly coordinated, D. Zendaya had her signature glamorous pixie haircut on full display, wearing dark skinny shades, a slouchy white top, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, and maroon Maison Margiela tabbies, complete with a fresh, polished bridal manicure.
And Tom was right beside her, looking totally low-key in a maroon cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, Bureau, brown pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt that literally read, "Thank you for being a friend." But let us be honest, nobody was looking at the t-shirt, Rachel. Everyone was staring directly at his left hand.
That is right, Bianca. While Zendaya has been wearing her gold wedding band stacked next to her East-West diamond engagement ring, which she first debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025, this London outing marked the very first time Tom Holland has ever stepped out in public wearing his own wedding ring.
And jewelers have been dissecting that hardware all morning. D, what are the technical details on the band Tom chose?
Experts confirm it is a classic 5mm half-round band made of 18-karat yellow gold with a comfortable interior fit. Industry jewelers playfully refer to this specific substantial style as a dad band because it is so timeless, durable, and traditional. Based on the gold weight and the width, experts estimate the value of Tom's ring at around $2,000.
I love that choice. It is heavy, classic, and understated. It matches the exact minimalist energy of Zendaya's thinner gold band. They did not need a flashy, eccentric piece of jewelry to make a point. They let a simple gold band say what fans have been asking about for months.
It really closes a long circle for them, Bianca. Remember, they first met 10 years ago on the set of Spider-Man back in 2016. Fans speculated for years until they were photographed together in 2021. Then earlier this year in 2026, Zendaya's stylist, La Roche, casually let it slip on a red carpet that they were already married. Tom later confirmed in June that they had secretly tied the knot months prior, but seeing both of them walking down a London street with matching gold bands on August 6th is the official visual proof everyone was waiting for.
After a marathon press year promoting Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, The Drama, and Euphoria, they earned this moment of quiet, normal life.
For those watching us right now, when it comes to celebrity wedding rings, do you prefer a substantial, classic gold band like Tom's $2,000 piece, or something more modern and custom? Drop your take in our chat. D, looking back at how they managed to balance these huge blockbusters with a private countryside celebration.
It all comes down to control over their own narrative, Rachel. Industry sources note that despite the public pressure to throw a massive public event, Tom Holland and Zendaya chose to protect their inner circle completely. They booked the entire Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey, a historic estate spanning 470 acres near Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames. Guests stayed in private cottages across the grounds, security was incredibly tight, and even Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, celebrated by tucking balloons into their buttonholes to match the wildflower theme.
That is how you do it when you just generated $2 billion at the box office this summer. They gave the studios their press tour. They did the red carpets for Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, and Euphoria, and then they retreated to the English countryside for a private party on August 4th. No live streams, no corporate sponsors, just family.
And for anyone who is just tuning in to our live show, let us catch you up on the 2 massive stories taking over the entertainment world right now. First, Spider-Man co-stars Tom Holland, age 30, and Zendaya, age 29, who met 10 years ago in 2016 and secretly married earlier this year, have just given us our very first look at their matching gold wedding bands. They were spotted on August 6th taking a morning coffee walk in London with their dogs, Noon, a miniature schnauzer, and Phil, a pocket bully.
Exactly, Rachel. Zendaya paired her new gold band stacked right beside the diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025, wearing a relaxed white t-shirt, jeans, and maroon Maison Margiela tabby shoes. Meanwhile, Tom wore his new 5mm 18-karat yellow gold band, what jewelers call a classic dad band, valued at roughly $2,000, along with an Ami Paris blue t-shirt and a maroon cap from his Barrow non-alcoholic beer brand.
It is simple, classic, and completely timeless. After La Roche accidentally revealed their marriage on a red carpet, and Tom officially confirmed in June that they had secretly tied the knot months earlier, seeing them out on the street looking so comfortable with those matching rings is the exact validation fans wanted.
We are getting so many reactions on this, and I want to bring in a comment from our live audience chat right now.
Hi everyone, my name is Chloe from Chicago, and I am totally hyperventilating over here. Do you think Tom and Zendaya will ever release official photography from inside the Beaverbrook estate? Or are these London dog walk photos the only wedding pictures we are ever going to get?
Chloe, take a deep breath, because my guess is absolutely not. They built a temporary outdoor dance floor at Beaverbrook just so Tom could practice his tap moves for his upcoming Fred Astaire biopic without paparazzi cameras around. They are not about to dump a 50-photo album online now.
That privacy line is something we are seeing across the whole industry right now, Bianca, which brings us directly to our second major story for viewers who just joined us. The global girl group KATSEYE has just announced that their 23-year-old leader, Sophia Laforteza, is taking a temporary hiatus from all upcoming group activities to focus on her mental health under medical advice.
That is right, Dee. Joint labels Hybe and Geffen issued an official statement confirming that Sophia's hiatus comes after consultation with medical professionals and that they will reassess her health status in September. Sophia also posted a personal message explaining that taking care of her mind and body must come first, so she can continue performing long-term.
And let us be totally real, managing that level of pressure is no joke. KATSEYE was formed through the debut Dream Academy, and even before releasing a full studio album, they have been running on high energy with back-to-back EPs. Sophia revealed back in May 2024 that she was diagnosed with ADHD around the time of their debut, and she has been open about seeing a psychiatrist, psychologist, and therapist to handle restlessness and focus issues.
Plus, as we reported earlier, the group faced immense online hostility and thousands of cyber threats late last year. Sophia spoke candidly back in November about how overwhelming that online toxicity can be. This break is a necessary step, especially following their fellow member Manon Bannerman's hiatus back in February, where Sophia publicly championed giving a teammate all the time and space needed to recover.
Absolutely, Bianca and Dee. Now, KATSEYE is scheduled to perform as a four-piece with Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche at the Rose Bowl for the Head in the Clouds Festival, just ahead of their Wild EP release on August 14th. But Bianca, from a performance perspective, reconfiguring their entire choreography and vocal distribution as a quartet just days before a major festival set.
It is a massive technical headache, Rachel. Let us not sugarcoat it. Sophia is the leader and a vocal anchor for KATSEYE. Reassigning her lines and respacing stage formations for the Rose Bowl in 48 hours requires military precision from Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche.
Industry sources close to the production indicate that the group has been rehearsing non-stop to ensure the Wild EP rollout stays on schedule. But all eyes will be on how the audience receives this four-member configuration at the Rose Bowl.
Exactly, Dee! Because when you reconfigure a six-piece group down to a quartet right before a major festival set at the Rose Bowl, every single missing line and stage position becomes glaringly obvious to the fan.
That is the exact challenge facing Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche as they head toward the Rose Bowl performance and prepare for the release of their Wild EP on August 14th. But Dee, let us examine why Sophia Laforteza made this specific decision right now, because medical professionals were directly involved in advising this pause.
That is correct, Rachel. The official statement released by their team on August 7th clearly stated that Sophia is stepping back under medical advice to focus on her mental health and wellness, with a formal progress reassessment scheduled for September. Sophia also shared a personal message on her social media, telling fans that taking care of her mind and body now is necessary if she wants to continue doing what she loves long-term.
And honestly, Bianca fully approves of artists prioritizing their health over a relentless promotional schedule. We are talking about a 23-year-old artist who bravely shared during a live stream in May that she was officially diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024.
She was remarkably open about that diagnosis, Bianca, detailing her daily struggles with internal restlessness, difficulty focusing, hyperfocus, sleep issues, and how she actively works with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage it all.
On top of that, we cannot ignore the intense online hostility they have faced. In an interview late last year, the group disclosed that they had been targeted with thousands of online death threats, which creates an unimaginable strain on anyone trying to perform at that level.
Receiving that volume of vitriol is monstrous, Rachel. What stands out to me about KATSEYE is the deep culture of mutual care they have built. When Manon Bannerman took a hiatus for her health back in February, Sophia was one of her strongest public defenders.
Sophia gave an interview in June emphasizing that Manon should be given all the time and space she needed and that the door would always be open for her return. Now Dee, the group and their team are extending that exact same unconditional support right back to Sophia.
It demonstrates how this new generation of performers is demanding a healthier approach to industry pressure, Rachel. But while KATSEYE works through this transition as a quartet ahead of their August 14th Wild EP release, another top-tier celebrity couple has been setting their own masterclass in setting firm personal boundaries.
You are spot on, Dee. We need to return to Tom Holland and Zendaya because after months of endless rumors, Tom was photographed walking in London on Wednesday, August 6th, wearing his brand new gold wedding band in public for the first time.
And I love that they revealed it without a massive red carpet stunt or a staged press photo shoot. Just a casual morning coffee walk through London with their 2 dogs, miniature schnauzer Noon and pocket bully Phil, flashing matching gold bands.
If you are tuning in right now to our live broadcast, what do you think of stars choosing low-key moments over giant public announcements for their personal life? Tag our show on social media and tell us your thoughts. D, break down the craftsmanship of Tom's ring for us, because jewelry experts have been analyzing every detail of that band.
Well, Rachel, jewelry design experts are describing Tom's ring as the ultimate classic dad band, meaning a style so timeless and substantial that it never goes out of fashion. It is a 5mm half-round comfort fit wedding band crafted in 18-karat yellow gold with an estimated value of around $2,000 depending on the exact weight.
$2,000 for a solid, heavy 18-karat gold band that has actual substance on the hand. It complements Zendaya's thinner yellow gold band brilliantly. Zendaya has been wearing hers stacked with her East-West diamond engagement ring, which she first debuted back at the Golden Globes in 2025.
Zendaya had already been spotted wearing her gold band back in February, March, and June, but Tom kept his ring finger entirely bare throughout the global promotional tours for his recent blockbuster films.
That promotional run was exhausting, Rachel. Together, they traveled the world for Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey, while Zendaya was simultaneously promoting Dune Part 3, her movie The Drama, and Season 3 of Euphoria.
They essentially pulled off a staggering $2 billion box office summer before finally getting a chance to catch their breath and throw an ultra-private wedding celebration.
And what an incredible event that was. Dee, give us the breakdown of that secret party at the Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey on Tuesday, August 4th.
It was a stunning country estate celebration, Rachel. The Beaverbrook Hotel is a luxurious 5-star Victorian mansion set across 470 acres in Surrey, England, located just 20 minutes outside London and right near Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
Security was locked down tight across those 470 acres, with invited family staying in private cottages on the property. And Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, embraced the wildflower theme by threading balloons directly through their buttonholes.
That wildflower detail with Sam, Harry, and Patty is so creative, Bianca. And hours after the celebration wrapped up, venue photos captured crew members dismantling an outdoor dance floor set up on the estate grounds.
Which aligns perfectly with Tom's intense physical preparation for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film, Rachel. He recently mentioned having blisters on his toes from all the tap dancing practice he has been doing.
Installing an outdoor tap dancing floor for your secret wedding party is top-tier behavior. They kept the whole thing completely quiet until photos from that coffee run surfaced.
Remember, the initial clue that they were already married didn't even come from Tom or Zendaya. It came from Zendaya's close friend and stylist, La Roche, dropping a comment on a red carpet earlier this year.
That is right, Rachel. La Roche let the secret slip at an awards event, and Tom later confirmed in June that they had secretly married months earlier. But seeing them out together on Thursday, August 7th, with dogs Noon and Phil, made it official for the whole world.
And their casual street style was perfectly coordinated, Bianca and Dee. Tom was sporting a maroon Barrow cap from his non-alcoholic beer line, pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt featuring the quote, "Thank you for being a friend."
While Zendaya looked incredible in an oversized slouchy white tee, light wash jeans with a brown belt, skinny black sunglasses, maroon Maison Margiela tabbies, her signature pixie haircut, and fresh bridal nails.
They looked relaxed, happy, and totally unified after completing 2 of the most demanding work schedules in Hollywood.
It shows how top talent in this industry is navigating public expectations versus private happiness. Whether it is Tom and Zendaya keeping their Surrey wedding completely private, or KATSEYE handling Sophia's hiatus with total medical transparency, boundaries are front and center.
It is a refreshing shift across the board. For KATSEYE, Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are moving forward with their Rose Bowl set and the Wild EP launch on August 14th. while Sophia focuses on her recovery until her medical reassessment in September.
And the bond among the KATSEYE members remained strong. Sophia stood by Manon during her break in February, and now the entire group and label are standing firmly behind Sophia.
For our viewers watching live, how do you think talent management should balance high-stakes releases with artist health? Join our live chat and weigh in. Bianca, considering how KATSEYE was formed through the global audition show The Debut Dream Academy, the physical and emotional pressure has been non-stop since their 2024 debut.
It is intense, Rachel. Moving from a high-stakes competition to an international launch, dealing with toxic online comments and death threats, and now preparing the Wild EP as a quartet requires immense resilience from Daniela, Lara, Megan, Yunche, and Sophia.
That is why Sophia's openness regarding her ADHD diagnosis, her therapeutic care with a psychiatrist and psychologist, and taking time off under medical advice sets such a crucial example for young performers in the business.
Exactly, Dee. Because when you reconfigure a six-piece group down to a quartet right before a major festival set at the Rose Bowl, every single missing line and stage position becomes glaringly obvious to the fan.
That is the exact challenge facing Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche as they head toward the Rose Bowl performance and prepare for the release of their Wild EP on August 14th. But Dee, let us examine why Sophia Laforteza made this specific decision right now, because medical professionals were directly involved in advising this pause.
That is correct, Rachel. The official statement released by their team on August 7th clearly stated that Sophia is stepping back under medical advice to focus on her mental health and wellness, with a formal progress reassessment scheduled for September. Sophia also shared a personal message on her social media, telling fans that taking care of her mind and body now is necessary if she wants to continue doing what she loves long term.
And honestly, Bianca fully approves of artists prioritizing their health over a relentless promotional schedule. We are talking about a 23-year-old artist who bravely shared during a live stream in May that she was officially diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder around the time KATSEYE debuted in 2024.
She was remarkably open about that diagnosis, Bianca, detailing her daily struggles with internal restlessness, difficulty focusing, hyperfocus, sleep issues, and how she actively works with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage it all.
On top of that, we cannot ignore the intense online hostility they have faced. In an interview late last year, the group disclosed that they had been targeted with thousands of online death threats, which creates an unimaginable strain on any.
D, prioritizing health ensures long-term career longevity rather than burning out at 23.
And as for their Rose Bowl performance, respacing choreographies and vocal parts in a matter of days is no easy feat, but this quartet has the talent to deliver.
Rehearsals have been ongoing non-stop, and fans are eagerly anticipating how Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche execute their stage set before the Wild EP1 trying to perform at that level.
Receiving that volume of vitriol is monstrous, Rachel. What stands out to me about KATSEYE is the deep culture of mutual care they have built. When Manon Bannerman took a hiatus for her health back in February, Sophia was one of her strongest public defenders.
Sophia gave an interview in June emphasizing that Manon should be given all the time and space she needed and that the door would always be open for her return. Now Dee, the group and their team are extending that exact same unconditional support right back to Sophia.
It demonstrates how this new generation of performers is demanding a healthier approach to industry pressure, Rachel. But while KATSEYE works through this transition as a quartet ahead of their August 14th Wild EP release, another top-tier celebrity couple has been setting their own masterclass in setting firm personal boundaries.
You are spot on, Dee. We need to return to Tom Holland and Zendaya because after months of endless rumors, Tom was photographed walking in London on Wednesday, August 6th, wearing his brand new gold wedding band in public for the first time.
And I love that they revealed it without a massive red carpet stunt or a staged press photo shoot. Just a casual morning coffee walk through London with their two dogs, miniature schnauzer Noon and pocket bully Phil, flashing matching gold bands.
If you are tuning in right now to our live broadcast, what do you think of stars choosing low-key moments over giant public announcements for their personal life? Tag our show on social media and tell us your thoughts. D. Break down the craftsmanship of Tom's ring for us, because jewelry experts have been analyzing every detail of that band.
Well, Rachel, jewelry design experts are describing Tom's ring as the ultimate classic dad band, meaning a style so timeless and substantial that it never goes out of fashion. It is a 5mm half-round comfort-fit wedding band crafted in 18-karat yellow gold with an estimated value of around $2,000 depending on the exact weight.
$2,000 for a solid, heavy 18-karat gold band that has actual substance on the hand. It complements Zendaya's thinner yellow gold band brilliantly. Zendaya has been wearing hers stacked with her East-West diamond engagement ring, which she first debuted back at the Golden Globes in 2025.
Zendaya had already been spotted wearing her gold band back in February, March, and June, but Tom kept his ring finger entirely bare throughout the global promotional tours for his recent blockbuster films.
That promotional run was exhausting, Rachel. Together, they traveled the world for Spider-Man Brand New Day and The Odyssey, while Zendaya was simultaneously promoting Dune Part 3, her movie The Drama, and Season 3 of Euphoria.
They essentially pulled off a staggering $2 billion box office summer before finally getting a chance to catch their breath and throw an ultra-private wedding celebration.
And what an incredible event that was. Dee, give us the breakdown of that secret party at the Beaverbrook Hotel in Surrey on Tuesday, August 4th.
It was a stunning country estate celebration, Rachel. The Beaverbrook Hotel is a luxurious 5-star Victorian mansion set across 470 acres in Surrey, England, located just 20 minutes outside London and right near Tom's hometown of Kingston upon Thames.
Security was locked down tight across those 470 acres, with invited family staying in private cottages on the property. And Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, embraced the wildflower theme by threading balloons directly through their buttonholes.
That wildflower detail with Sam, Harry, and Patty is so creative, Bianca. And hours after the celebration wrapped up, venue photos captured crew members dismantling an outdoor dance floor set up on the estate grounds,
which aligns perfectly with Tom's intense physical preparation for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film, Rachel. He recently mentioned having blisters on his toes from all the tap dancing practice he has been doing.
Installing an outdoor tap dancing floor for your secret wedding party is top-tier behavior. They kept the whole thing completely quiet until photos from that coffee run surfaced.
Remember, the initial clue that they were already married didn't even come from Tom or Zendaya. It came from Zendaya's close friend and stylist, La Roche, dropping a comment on a red carpet earlier this year.
That is right, Rachel. La Roche let the secret slip at an awards event, and Tom later confirmed in June that they had secretly married months earlier. But seeing them out together on Thursday, August 7th, with dogs Noon and Phil, made it official for the whole world.
And their casual street style was perfectly coordinated, Bianca and Dee. Tom was sporting a maroon Barrow cap from his non-alcoholic beer line, pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt featuring the quote, "Thank you for being a friend."
While Zendaya looked incredible in an oversized slouchy white tee, light wash jeans with a brown belt, skinny black sunglasses, maroon Maison Margiela tabbies, her signature pixie haircut, and fresh bridal nails.
They looked relaxed, happy, and totally unified after completing 2 of the most demanding work schedules in Hollywood.
It shows how top talent in this industry is navigating public expectations versus private happiness. Whether it is Tom and Zendaya keeping their Surrey wedding completely private, or KATSEYE handling Sophia's hiatus with total medical transparency, boundaries are front and center.
It is a refreshing shift across the board. For KATSEYE, Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are moving forward with their Rose Bowl set and the Wild EP launch on August 14th, while Sophia focuses on her recovery until her medical reassessment in September.
And the bond among the KATSEYE members remains strong. Sophia stood by Manon during her break in February, and now the entire group and label are standing firmly behind Sophia.
For our viewers watching live, how do you think talent management should balance high-stakes releases with artist health? Join our live chat and weigh in. Bianca, considering how KATSEYE was formed through the global audition show The Debut Dream Academy, the physical and emotional pressure has been non-stop since their 2024 debut.
It is intense, Rachel. Moving from a high-stakes competition to an international launch. dealing with toxic online comments and death threats. And now preparing the Wild EP as a quartet requires immense resilience from Daniela, Lara, Megan, Yunche, and Sophia.
That is why Sophia's openness regarding her ADHD diagnosis, her therapeutic care with a psychiatrist and psychologist, and taking time off under medical advice sets such a crucial example for young performers in the business.
Exactly, Dee. Prioritizing health ensures long-term career longevity rather than burning out at 23.
And as for their Rose Bowl performance, respacing choreographies and vocal parts in a matter of days is no easy feat, but this quartet has the talent to deliver.
Rehearsals have been ongoing non-stop, and fans are eagerly anticipating how Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche execute their stage set before the Wild EP drops on August 14th.
Exactly, Dee. And that timing is so crucial because the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl is happening right now, with the Wild EP landing on August 14th. Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are carrying a massive workload on their shoulders to make those vocal and dance adjustments seamlessly.
It is a brutal test of endurance, Rachel. Let us be real. Reblocking stage formations and reassigning live vocal lines for 4 members when you originally rehearsed as 6 is a technical nightmare. But what I love about Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche is that they are not complaining. They are stepping up to the plate while fully backing their leader.
That mutual support is deep-rooted in the group's dynamic, Bianca. When joint labels Hybe and Geffen issued their statement on August 7th, they made it clear that Sophia's hiatus was decided after direct consultations with medical professionals to ensure her full recovery.
Exactly, Dee. And that timing is so crucial because the Head in the Clouds Festival at the Rose Bowl is happening right now, with the Wild EP landing on August 14th. Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche are carrying a massive workload on their shoulders to make those vocal and dance adjustments seamlessly.
It is a brutal test of endurance, Rachel. Let us be real. Reblocking stage formations and reassigning live vocal lines for 4 members when you originally rehearsed as 6 is a technical nightmare. But what I love about Daniela, Lara, Megan, and Yunche is that they are not complaining. They are stepping up to the plate while fully backing their leader.
That mutual support is deep-rooted in the group's dynamic, Bianca. When joint labels Hybe and Geffen issued their statement on August 7th, they made it clear that Sophia's hiatus was decided after direct consultations with medical professionals to ensure her full recovery. They also confirmed that a complete progress reassessment is set for September.
And Dee, Sophia did not just leave it to official corporate statements. She reached out directly to the fans on her personal social media, right?
She absolutely did, Rachel. Sophia shared a very candid message explaining that making the choice was heartbreaking because of how much she loves performing on stage, but she realized that health must come first. She wrote that if she does not prioritize her mind and body right now, she will not be able to sustain the career she loves for the long haul.
That is maturity speaking, plain and simple. Look, we saw this group form right in front of our eyes through the debut.
They also confirmed that a complete progress reassessment is set for September.
And Dee, Sophia did not just leave it to official corporate statements. She reached out directly to the fans on her personal social media, right?
She absolutely did, Rachel. Sophia shared a very candid message explaining that making the choice was heartbreaking because of how much she loves performing on stage, but she realized that health must come first. She wrote that if she does not prioritize her mind and body right now, she will not be able to sustain the career she loves for the long haul.
That is maturity speaking, plain and simple. Look, we saw this group form right in front of our eyes through the debut, Dream Academy. These young women went from intense talent competition pressure straight into global spotlight, dealing with relentless online hostility and even severe threats on social platforms. Expecting anyone to process that level of exposure without proper care is ridiculous. Expecting anyone to process that level of exposure without proper care is ridiculous.
You are spot on, Bianca. In fact, when Sophia did a live stream earlier this year, she opened up about her official ADHD diagnosis from May 2024, right around the time KATSEYE debuted. She explained how difficult it is to manage internal restlessness, hyperfocus, and sleep struggles, and highlighted that she works closely with a psychiatrist, a psychologist, and a therapist to manage her daily mental health.
It really highlights how crucial professional support is in modern pop culture. To everyone watching live at home, do you think more record labels should build mandatory wellness breaks into touring schedules? Send us your thoughts online right now. But while KATSEYE is navigating this temporary shift as a quartet, another huge story has everyone talking, and this one involves a celebration that stayed completely under the radar until now.
Oh, Rachel! Talk about keeping a secret! While the entire internet was debating every single move of their $2 billion summer at the box office, Tom Holland and Zendaya were quietly planning one of the most private celebrity wedding celebrations of the decade.
The details that have emerged are just stunning, Bianca. On Tuesday, August 4th, the couple hosted an ultra-private wedding party with close family and friends at the Beaverbrook Hotel. That is a gorgeous 5-star Victorian country estate spread across 470 acres in Surrey, England, just 20 minutes outside London and right near Tom's hometown of Kingston-upon-Thames.
Dee, tell us about the setup at Beaverbrook. How did they manage to keep a high-profile party so locked down?
Security was exceptionally heavy across the entire 470-acre property, Rachel. The invited family members stayed in private luxury cottages on the estate grounds. Tom's 3 younger brothers, Sam, Harry, and Patty, fully embraced the event's wildflower theme by stringing colorful balloons straight through their jacket buttonholes.
That is such a charming, low-key detail. And let us talk about the outdoor dance floor. Photos taken shortly after the party wrapped up showed crews breaking down a massive wooden dance floor built on the grounds. We know Tom has been undergoing intense tap dance training for his upcoming Fred Astaire biographical film. So you know that dance floor saw some serious action late into the night.
He did mention in recent interviews that he already has blisters on his toes from all that Astaire rehearsal. But Dee, the real confirmation for the public came just 2 days later on Thursday, August 6th, right?
Exactly, Rachel. On August 6th, cameras caught the newlyweds enjoying a quiet morning coffee run through the streets of London. They were walking their dogs, Noon, their miniature schnauzer, and Phil, their new pocket bully bulldog. But the standout detail was on their left hands. Both Tom and Zendaya were openly wearing matching yellow-gold wedding bands for the very first time in public together.
Let us break down those casual looks, because even on a coffee walk with the dogs, they look effortless stylish. Zendaya was rocking an oversized white top, light wash blue jeans with a brown belt, thin black sunglasses, her signature glamorous pixie haircut, and maroon Maison Margiela tabby. Meanwhile, Tom had on a maroon Biro cap from his non-alcoholic beer brand, pleated trousers, white sneakers, and a blue Ami Paris t-shirt that literally read, "Thank you for being a friend."
And jewelers have already weighed in on Tom's new ring, Bianca. It is an 18-karat yellow gold band measuring 5 millimeters in width with a half-round comfort fit. Experts estimate its value at around $2,000 due to its heavier gold weight. Industry insiders call it the classic dad band, not because it is old-fashioned, but because it is a timeless, substantial piece that never goes out of style.
It complements Zendaya's ring perfectly, Dee. She has been pairing her thin yellow gold band stacked right alongside that stunning East-West diamond engagement ring she debuted at the Golden Globes in 2025.
That is right, Rachel. Zendaya was first spotted wearing her gold band earlier this year, and even during a press event in Amsterdam back in June. But August 6th marked the very first time Tom stepped out wearing his matching 5mm band. He confirmed back in June that they had secretly tied the knot months prior, following La Roche's initial slip on the red carpet at the Actor Awards earlier this year.
What I respect so much about Tom and Zendaya, Rachel, is that they did not convert their personal milestone into a staged media circus. They had a massive box office run with Spider-Man Brand New Day, The Odyssey, Dune Part 3, The Drama, and Euphoria. Yet they kept their real life entirely for themselves. Just a quiet walk, 2 dogs, 2 coffee cups, and matching gold bands.
It really shows how you can navigate ultra stardom while protecting what matters most. For our viewers watching right now, are you a fan of the classic 5mm gold dad band style, or do you prefer more modern ring designs? Drop your votes in our live poll. Now, Dee, looking at Tom and Zendaya's schedule moving forward after this Surrey celebration.
They are balancing a packed slate, Rachel, but seeing them so grounded in London shows they have established a healthy equilibrium between career demands and personal peace.
And that is the common thread today. Whether we are talking about movie stars protecting their privacy or pop idols taking a necessary health hiatus.
Exactly, Bianca. And transitioning right into that necessary health hiatus, the unrelenting pressure on young performers today is reaching an all-time high across the entire industry.
It truly is, Rachel, especially...
Exactly, Bianca. And transitioning right into that necessary health hiatus, the unrelenting pressure on young performers today is reaching an all-time high across the entire industry.
It truly is, Rachel, especially when you examine the exact sequence of events surrounding KATSEYE leader Sophia Laforteza over the past 48 hours. First,
And thank goodness she is realizing that now at 23, rather than pushing herself to total exhaustion 5 years down the road.
she explicitly told her followers that if she does not take care of her mind and body right now, she will not be able to continue doing what she loves most for the long haul.
That level of self-awareness shows remarkable maturity, Bianca, especially given where KATSEYE currently sits in their career trajectory.
Maturity, yes, Rachel, but also sheer self-preservation in a business that typically expects young artists to perform until they completely crack.
The record labels confirmed that she has been receiving continuous medical support and that a formal reassessment of her progress is scheduled for September, right ahead of the group's headlining set at the Head in the Clouds Music and Arts Festival at the Rose Bowl, confirming that Sophia is taking a temporary break under direct medical advice.
And Dee, what really stood out was how deeply personal and candid Sophia was in her own message to fans right after that statement dropped.
She addressed everyone directly on her Instagram stories, Rachel, writing that making this decision was not easy, but she is learning that her physical and mental health must come. When you examine the exact sequence of events surrounding KATSEYE leader Sophia Laforteza over the past 48 hours.
Look, let us be entirely honest here, Dee. Standing on a stage at 23 years old while managing intense global scrutiny is no walk in the park.
That official statement from the joint record labels was released on August 7th on Weverse, right ahead of the group's headlining set at the Head in the Clouds Music and Arts Festival at the Rose Bowl, confirming that Sophia is taking a temporary break under direct medical advice.
And Dee, what really stood out was how deeply personal and candid Sophia was in her own message to fans right after that statement dropped.
She addressed everyone directly on her Instagram stories, Rachel, writing that making this decision was not easy, but she is learning that her physical and mental health must come first.
And thank goodness she is realizing that now at 23, rather than pushing herself,
And Yoonchae Jung.
that is a massive operational shift for those 4 young women, Dee, having to readjust stage blocking, vocal arrangements, and choreography just 1 week before their Wild EP drops on August 14th.
They are total professionals, Bianca, but realigning a group configuration right before a major festival appearance at the Rose Bowl is a massive technical hurdle, particularly since Sophia is the group's leader.
Let us take a moment to hear
In those early days, which ties directly into the personal health context Sophia has shared with her audience over the past year.
what did she reveal about her personal journey prior to this hiatus, Dee?
During a live stream on Weverse,
From one of our viewers who sent in a message about this situation.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucas. I am 21 from San Diego, and I have been supporting KATSEYE since their original debut Academy days. I am so heartbroken.
back in May, Sophia revealed that she was officially diagnosed with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder around the time KATSEYE originally debuted in 2024.
Managing ADHD in the middle of high-intensity rehearsals, international
Broken that Sophia will be missing the festival, but I just want her to rest up, heal, and take all the time she needs to come back stronger.
Lucas is echoing what millions of true fans are feeling right now, Rachel. Because real supporters want long-term career health over a single weekend concert.
And Lucas mentioned,
Travel and constant media training is an extraordinary challenge on its own.
absolutely, Bianca. She described it back then as an ongoing struggle with internal restlessness, extreme sleep